Hold on, guys. Aren't you wanting to work with me? Hang on, I can't see the chat right now. There we go. All right. Hello, everybody. All right, let me. Control C. There you go, Danny. Hi, guys. Hello, everybody. Danny, I sent you the link, honey. Much love, family. Much love, guys. Much love. There he is.
Hey, sis, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good.
I'm doing all right. Oh, look at all the wonderful people there.
Yes.
Hello, all you wonderful people.
I'm glad you're doing better.
I'm doing better today. I was really sore earlier today. I took a couple of 100 naps and not doing too bad right at the moment.
That's good. That's good. Because I got my break and then I seen videos because I did crop on to see how everybody was doing. And I seen that you had day surgery and it's like, oh, I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I'm all right. It's getting there, slow but sure.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
Hi, Mary. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Unique. How you doing, Unique?
Hey, Diary. How you doing? Hey, Bruce. Yeah, so this week I'm resupplying all my herbs and stuff that I use.
Well, that's
good. Thank you. Hey, Tammy. I got lots of holy salt. I got lots of crossroads dirt. I gotta get all kinds of other stuff that I use.
Yeah.
In the shaman and the druid practices that I do.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of other stuff I need to get. So, yeah.
That's cool. Well, congratulations, Unique Customs. I'm glad you got a new job. Congrats. Yeah, well, if you're feeling like it on the 11th, what is today anyway?
The 5th.
Okay. If you're feeling up to it on the 11th, we'll still do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's next Saturday we're doing it.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to it. I like helping everybody out and stuff.
Now, I keep telling people that to write down stuff, questions, and all that other stuff.
Yeah, you can ask anything you want on the 11th. If I know the answer, I'll give it to you, help you out with stuff. So that you can grow spiritually in your own way and do what you want to do, you know.
You can ask about like we were talking the other night when you were on here about your gifts. You can talk about anything paranormal.
Yeah, if you write down
a paranormal night.
Yeah, if you write down what types of things you can do and the things you feel and see and stuff and gifts, I can help you figure out kind of what your gift might be and what you should research into and how you should start to do it, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was just going through my list. I didn't realize I got over 400 different herbs and stuff that I use.
Oh man.
So I gotta resupply some of them.
The 11th, yes, the 11th, Colleen.
Wonder where I put that. Hang on, let me see if I can just see where. I can't turn my neck today. It's really, I can turn this way, but I can't. I'll turn that way.
Oh.
So I have to spin around to find stuff. Let me
I
see
know,
what
I had to move around today. I got up in my sciatic nerve because it bothers me once in a while. And it's like I couldn't even sit down. I was hurting so bad.
I just want to see if I can find that. Here it is. This
How's the little one?
What's that?
I said, how's the little one?
Oh, doing good. Pooping all over the place. So I having a hard time keeping up with it. So I had to close my bedroom off. I just have her in this one room.
Yeah.
She's starting to learn more and more to use the pad and stuff, but
yeah, it's gonna take a little bit.
It takes a little bit, eh? How did I get so smart? I don't know that I am smart.
Somebody gave me a cat today. He's in the bed. He's in the bedroom laying on the floor. He's sleeping. He's huge. Wait a minute. I'll go get him. I'll be right back.
Thank you, Texas. I don't know, Don. One time I thought I was in love because, you get those birdies in your head, you start spinning, and then you kind of feel off balance, and then everything seems different and weird, and then your stomach starts turning, and you get those butterflies. Well, I realized it was just gas, but for a minute I thought I had something going on there.
Stop. That's the new one.
And you should.
This is the new one. Very friendly. The guy that gave him to me said he couldn't keep him. He had enough kitties. They call him Cow.
Yeah.
I'm going to change that. He's very friendly. Very friendly. Very friendly.
So, a couple of things I took on my last case. I just thought I'd show you just for fun. In case you
All right.
One thing I always bring when I go is this here. That's my it's an Olympus. It's actually a really cheap recorder.
Yeah.
But it's got such good pickup. I mean, you get so many good stuff out of this one,
Yeah.
And then if you use Spirit Box and like a lot of people use Spirit Box, a lot of people use all different type of things, which is fantastic. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But one thing people forget is when they go to an older cemetery, they go to old places, and they show up with this equipment and talk to the spirits. A lot of spirits will say, get out or get lost or go away, or because they don't realize what you got. Think about someone that died in 1930 or 1800s, 1890s. If you showed a lighter, they'd think you were magic, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like, what is that? They have no idea what you have. So as far as they know, you're a demon or something. They don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Right. So when you do places like that, or when you go to a new place, say, hello, everybody, I'm here. I'm good. This is called technology, and explain to them that in our time, These are just equipment we use to talk with.
Yeah.
You know, when maybe when you were around, we didn't have these things, but now we have invented these things as we went along, and these are just used for communication tools.
Yeah, I have one. I brought myself one. I used it last night during the spirit box session. I've got to go back over it.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times you'll find that if you explain what it is to these spirits, they're more apt to communicate and be happy to talk to you instead of getting a lot of get outs because they don't know what you got. They don't know who you are.
That's true. That is true.
You know, you think about it, if you were in 1890s and all of a sudden you showed up today, you'd think that you were in some evil land because everything's out of. You walk up to a door and it opens up. Like, what is this crap? What is this witchcraft?
Yeah, really? Yes. Yeah. True. True. Good boy.
Hello, Geeky. How you doing, Geek?
Hello, Freaky. Hello, Don. Hello, Lee. Hello, Hazel. Hello, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Jimmy.
Yeah. So anyway, I use this a lot, especially when I do the work. You know, like when we go around and work on different places. We sage a lot, everything like that.
Yeah, I got to get some more sage.
I use these rods a lot. I made like 7,000 of these by now, 50 years of doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Usually I make a set and I lose them within a couple of days. I'm not smart enough to put stuff away. But I use these quite a bit. And the more you do it, the quicker responses you get and the easier it is to use, And I just wanted to give you a quick show here. When you hold them, you see that bend that goes right there?
Yeah.
Make sure there's a little bit of space between so it just sits. So that way you see how easy it can move. Right?
Yeah.
And now the reason I put straws on them, because I can't, how am I going to move the rod? Because I got to go through the straw to move the rod, right?
Yeah.
See how it keeps it open?
Yeah.
Well,
like the set I got. The set I got, I mean, it was sent to me, but they have a little thing like that.
Yeah, and that's good because it keeps, it makes it harder to get a false reading.
Yeah.
So I always just keep it just above there. And then I put it like right in the grooves of my palm of my hand right there. I don't know if you can see that. And I just gently put my fingers around and my thumb on there, and that's about it.
Yep.
And then I like to put my baby knuckles together, and put my thumbs together up here.
Yeah.
Right. And then
some people tell you to put them like right here.
Yeah. No, I just I keep my arms tight.
Yeah.
Not like this. Like I keep them so my elbows are touching my sides.
Yeah.
And I like to keep my knuckles together as close as possible. Anyway. Because in that way you don't have shiftments of your hands. If these flat parts of your knuckles are touching, right, it prevents any shifting. So it makes it really hard to do anything. So then you say, okay, spirits, show me a yes, please. And you'll see how they cross.
Yes.
Okay, well, in my house with my spirits, it always crosses for yes. Sometimes it'll go the opposite. Sometimes it'll open up for a yes and close for a no. So you got to ask spirits.
Yeah. Mine do the same. Mine is cross for yes, mine and the other way for no.
Okay, spirits, show me a no. Show me a no, spirits. Come on, show me a no.
Let me go put him back up.
There, see, so in this house, closing is yes and opening is no. Do you know some of the people that are in the chat? Oh, you do? Oh, okay. Do you know half the people in the chat? More than half the people? More than half. Oh, that's good. All right. So anyway, that's what I use a lot of times for yes and no questions, or if I want directions, should I go left? Should I go right? They'll point whatever direction you want to go.
Yeah, he's still getting used to the other cat, so he's hiding in our bedroom.
Yeah,
Thank
so,
you, Finley River. Oh, thank you so much.
oh, nice.
Congratulations, Jeff. Congratulations. You made it to 1K. Congrats.
Oh, congrats. Way to go. Very good. Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
now I am rolling my cigarettes instead of buying them.
oh, yeah, it's a lot cheaper, eh?
Yes. I'm still getting the hang of it, though, but it's working.
If you want to see how to make these, you guys, you can go to I got a thing on mine, So You Want to Be a Paranormal Investigator series going on. I've got, I think, 10 episodes on there so far. And it starts right from the basic, like the first day you want to start investigating. The first cinema is like a half hour because it was a live stream and I was talking about, getting into it and stuff like that. And then the other ones are a lot shorter. But anyway, it gives you tips and tricks and things that I've learned over the 50 years of doing this. So feel free, anything on there that you see, anything that you like, feel free to use it because that's why I'm putting on there so that you guys can use it, try it out, see if you like it, whatever. And it's basically, I want to teach more people who are starting the paranormal. I don't care if you're 10 years old or 10,000 years old. I want to make sure that if I got something that can help you, that it's there for you to use. So
any questions you guys have, you can ask Danny anything about the paranormal.
now I'm happy to help you out if I can with anything.
Yes.
This here I used on my investigation. This is called holy salt. You can see it's
Holy salt?
Yeah.
Where do you get that from?
You got to make it.
Oh, you got to make it?
I'll tell you the recipe for this one because it's not a tough recipe. There's a lot of stuff that I can't teach you because, it takes a lot of training and practice. But
yes.
Basically, holy salt is 1 part charcoal to 2 parts salt. So you'd want a cup of crushed charcoal and 2 cups of salt, and you want to mix them together. But they got to be really grinded up, eh? It doesn't matter what kind of salt. It could be table salt. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I like the ice salt best because it's in bigger chunks and you can crush them more.
Yeah.
But as you start working with the salt, and here's what makes it work, okay? As you're working with the salt, for holy salt, you don't want it to be salt, right? You want it to be holy salt. So when you're using holy salt, as you're crushing that salt, you're saying this salt will not bother good spirits. It will give them energy, if anything, right? This salt, however, will ward off any evil, will ward off bad intentions, will ward off demons. And then you pray to your God, you pray to Jesus, you pray to your spirits and your guardians to bless it. That only good may use it, and anything negative, it will destroy, sort of a deal.
Yes.
Now with the charcoal, what you're doing is you're saying, now before adding the charcoal, once you've done that, you can use that salt to make holy water, but that's a different thing altogether.
Yes.
So going back to this now, so when you're doing the charcoal, what you're saying is, I crushed this charcoal so that darkness, evil, residue, evil will be absorbed into this charcoal.
Yeah.
Has no choice but to go to this charcoal. Once it's in the charcoal, it'll be mixed with the salt and be destroyed by the salt. And then you take it out and get rid of it. See? That's the concept of holy salt. That's what it's for. It traps negative spirits. And then the good spirit or the good salt destroys the darkness. You see?
Light destroys darkness, yeah.
That's what holy salt's for.
Jay, how are you? Jay, how are you tonight? No, it's not poison, Miriam. It's not poison. You just use regular table salt or any kind of salt, crush it up, say what Danny said over the salt, and then do the prayer for the charcoal.
You could just use charcoal from your barbecue.
I've got a whole bag outside.
The same charcoal you use in your barbecue that you cook your food. See, look.
Yeah.
It's not poison, but it tastes like crap. Anyway,
what if Dakota eats it?
it won't. It won't. Well, salt's not good for animals, so you don't want animals to get into it, right?
Yeah. You don't want your animals getting into salt. Salt's not good for them. Like sugar is not good for animals.
It's not. It's not. And with this too, here's another thing. With this too, this salt's really cool because you can put it along your windowsills, you can put it along your doors, or because it's holy salt. All you have to do is you go any room in your house, go in each room, and where you have a flat surface like a table, you put a bit on the table, and as you pour it out, you pray and you say, please use this to get rid of any dark energy and may the good trap it so that I can take it outside and get rid of it, right?
Yeah.
You just put a little pile on your counter, a little pile on your sink, a little pile on your top of your toilet, wherever you want. So it's not on the ground for animals to get into in the first place.
Yeah.
And you just leave it in the room for a couple hours, walk away, ignore it for a couple hours. At the end of the 2 hours, you just go with a garbage, paper bag, plastic bag, garbage, whatever, and you sweep it into the garbage. And as you sweep it in, say, you are now gone from here and banished, and you just slide it right into the garbage can.
Oh, I have to go back over this video so I can do that.
And then you just collect them all throughout your house, you see, and put it into a separate little garbage bag or even a sandwich bag. You just collect it all into a sandwich bag.
Yeah.
Zip it up, take it outside, say you have no more power, toss it in your garbage can. It's done.
Yeah. Good night, Mary. Get some rest, honey.
Good night, Mary.
Yeah, because I just use I didn't know you could mix charcoal with it. I've also heard, I don't know if it's true, but I've heard that you can put like charcoal and something else in dig holes in four corners of your property. Put charcoal, salt, and something else in it and bury it, and it protects your yard.
Well, there's all kinds of different things you could use, but when it comes to that type of thing, your safest bet is to use an amethyst wrapped in a cedar.
Okay.
Because an amethyst is an energy, so you're putting an energy over your house.
Yeah.
And the cedar is a healing plant, so cedar is used for healing and for protection, and so is amethyst for protection. So you put, you got your amethyst wrapped in cedar. When you bury that, you're keeping in mind that cedar will close any doorways or any tears or any rips where negative can get in and out of your house.
Yeah.
Cedar will heal all those doorways and heal all those rips and close.
I need to do that then.
Right? So it closes any doorways that were open accidentally or on purpose, because cedar will cleanse and heal any tears in the fabric of time and space. See? So your best bet, especially if you're not if you're not trained, okay, and here's the key word. If you're not trained with all these other things and you're new to it, and you want to do it yourself, okay, your best bet is to use amethyst wrapped in cedar.
Okay.
And bury it at each corner of your house or each corner of your property. Okay. And as you do it, you say amethyst is a barrier.
You can get cedar from a tree, right? You can get cedar from a tree.
Cedar from a tree. Just you know where the cedar branch comes, the leaf itself, it'll be like a Y shape. So you'll have 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Pieces, and you just snip it on an angle so it doesn't hurt the tree. And then don't forget to thank the tree for giving you the cedar.
Yes.
And you're going to need 4 of those, 1 for each stone.
Yeah. Right.
But this is something that anyone can do, and you don't need training for it. You just need to believe in yourself, believe in your spirit guides, and believe in God.
Yeah. Yeah.
And anyone can do it, right? But if you don't have the faith, then it won't work, obviously, right? You got to believe. because it's the faith of the spirit world that makes everything happen.
Yeah.
So
Jennifer asked, did you come from a long line of shamans?
yes,
Or did your family teach you?
we have 10 generations of druids and 14 generations of shaman.
Don says, I have heard people talk about paranormal activity increasing over the years. One of the reasons they think is the spirits are learning how to use technology. But he has a question about that. Go ahead and ask your question, Don. If
Go
you
ahead,
don't
Don.
down,
But yeah, you're right. Don is right, both for negative and positive. The positive spirits get used to it because there's a lot more paranormal investigations, a lot more stuff. So they're getting more used to the equipment and used to the stuff so they can do more. But that works for both the good spirits and the bad spirits.
yes. Yes, everybody get to know everybody in here, please. If you don't know somebody, please get to know them.
Yeah, my first case that I worked on was in 1969 on March 15th. That's when I first started my started doing stuff. So it was 50 years on March 15th. I've been in this for 50 years.
Yeah. He celebrated on March 15th, guys. Good night, Colleen. Yes, we are going to do that fundraiser for Colleen tomorrow night. We've got to get the word out. She's got to try and get a water heater for her legs, or
Good night, Colleen.
back in the hospital. So good night, Colleen. Please try to be here tomorrow night. Guys, I will try to get the word out. I will send you what I need to send you. We'll get this going tomorrow night, guys.
Yeah.
Colleen. Mwah.
Yes, Don, the Ouija board definitely 100%, 100 million% guarantee you it opens up doors.
Yes.
But if you know how to open them and close them, you're okay. But if you don't know how to close them, then you better really make sure you know how.
Yeah.
But same with using a spirit box.
Yes.
Every time you use a spirit box, you're opening up a door for communication. Anytime you use EVP, it's for communication. Anytime you use the rods, you're opening doors. So at the end of anything that you're doing, you have to say, this session is closed, these doors are closed, anything that was open is now closed, ta-da-da-da, right? Otherwise, it stays open.
Yeah.
The other thing is you gotta be specific on what's allowed to come through that door. You gotta say, only the good may enter here, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And if something bad comes, you gotta kick them out, right? So
like I always do. I said only love and light are allowed to come through this. No negative energies, no negative spirits. I know spirits do cuss and everything. I know this. From when they were living, they have attitudes. And when my phone died last night, because I was ending my session, but my phone died before I could say the prayer, and Pokey sent me a prayer to close with, and I closed the session with that. And I always tell my spirits, you're not allowed to follow me, you're not allowed to attach to me, you're not allowed to attach to my equipment, and you most definitely cannot follow me in my home.
Personally, I won't use a Ouija board. I've seen too many evil crap happen because of them. Because unlike your recorders, unlike your spirit box, unlike your rods, the problem with the Ouija board, the only difference is a spirit can attach itself to the board.
Yeah.
It can attach itself to movement of, like it doesn't attach it to the movement, that planchette that you move. It doesn't attach to the movement. So the rods can't get attached because they're movement. These recorders can't be attached because it's movement of voice, it's movement of air.
Yeah.
Same with the spirit box. It's the movement of the object. So it's the white noise, it's the generator, it's the energy of movement of yourself that allows the communication. The spirit board a spirit can be absorbed into the board.
Yeah.
Because it's the only point of communication. Now, I've gone into a room and then I've seen where a pastor or, will walk into a house and there'll be a Ouija board there just sitting there, and all of a sudden it'll move by itself. Pastor Hearn went into this one house, and I know this guy very well. And as soon as he came close to the board, the planchette started moving, and it just kept spelling kill, 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 kill over and over again.
Oh.
As soon as the pastor walked in the house, it started spelling kill. So,
Man.
personally, I don't like them. I'm not a big fan of the Ouija board. But if people want to use them, as long as you know how to close them, you make sure you learn the proper way to open and close the door, you'll be all right. Keep in mind that the very first exorcists that ever happened, the exorcism, the big famous ones, that the reason that kid became possessed was because of a Ouija board.
Oh, the Exorcist, the movie.
Mm-hmm. In real life, the kid and the grandmother kept using the Ouija board every day.
Yeah.
And they didn't know how to close it properly.
Yeah.
After a while, the kid became oppressed by the spirit. After a
while,
while,
the house is still haunted.
Right. After a while, after the kid was being oppressed for so long, the spirit actually was able to latch on to the kid, and that's how he got possessed.
Yes. Yes.
Because they never learned how to close the Ouija board properly.
Batman has a question. Go ahead, Batman. Yes, Don, and people should write, whoever makes the Ouija board as a game, people need to write them and let them know it's not a game for kids.
No, and that's the problem. People don't realize that when you're opening up here's what happens with anything that you're using, okay? It's your spirit giving energy to your recorder because you're putting your spirit into your question. So it's your spirit that's being, so that allows another spirit to answer, right? It's your spirit that opens up and turns on your spirit box. Your spirit is what says, okay, you say it, but it's your spirit saying, only the good ones may come, and it's your energy that's working, and you know it's your energy because at the end of your session you're wore out.
Yeah.
Right, because you're using your energy. That's what gives the other spirit energy to do stuff.
Okay. Julie says that she used to play with the Ouija board when she was a teenager, just thinking it was a game because it's made by Parker Brothers. Yes.
Batman, will I continue to see my family members that have passed away? Yes, you may. That's kind of up to you.
Yes, that's up to you.
If you're accepting of seeing it, if it's not something that you don't want to do, if it's something that you accept, if it's something that you're prepared to do, and you're okay with it, then they will keep showing themselves to you. If it's something that you don't want to see, you'll just block that ability out of your head and you won't be able to see them.
All right.
It's like when you're a kid. A lot of kids will see ghosts, but as they grow up, they stop seeing them because their parents say there's no such thing. There's no such thing. So eventually you believe there's no such thing. You don't see them anymore.
Yeah. But it's like when I seen my father at 11 when he passed, the day he passed. I knew from then on that spirits were real, I mean, I really didn't pay attention from then on that I knew that they're out there. I just never got into it back then. Okay, who's Veronica? Veronica, somebody said Veronica had a question.
Okay, I just want to finish. So here's another thing to think about, Batman. If you don't want to see it, or if you don't, if it just happens whenever, you can say, when you go to sleep at night or whatever, you can say, family who wants to visit me can visit me in my dreams, or I will set up a time every day where I will sit for an hour, and if you wish to come visit, you can, and they will abide by your rules. Keep in mind, they will oblige you and oblige your rules because it's your place, it's your house, it's your rules, it's
Yeah.
your energy. So you can set it up in a way that you're comfortable with too.
Yeah. Hello, Smoking Joe. Hello, James. Hello, buddy.
Yeah, you can say, come to me in the morning when I wake or before I go to bed. You can set up rules, guidelines that you want, Bruce.
Yes, you can set up guidelines, Bruce. Because he
Just
said he sees them always come to me during the day, but more at night.
yeah, you can set up the rules that any way you want.
He says, thank you, Danny.
You're very welcome.
Because it's like me, I can't see spirits, and I'm not really being able to hear them. But
This here is something else I used on my last investigation. And
okay.
I cannot tell you how to make this because I mean it would be dangerous. But this is called crossroads dirt. Okay. Now everybody knows that deals are made at well, I mean not everybody, but deals with demons usually are made on crossroads.
Yeah.
You go to the center of a crossroad, you dig up the dirt, you put something of your possession in there, and then you make a deal and you sell your soul or whatever. Okay. It's nasty crap. Well, this is crossroads dirt mixed with holy salt.
All right.
Now, what it's used for is if you've sold yourself, there's not much anyone can do. But this, if you're not sold yourself, if you're just being plagued, or for some reason there's a curse along your family line or anything like
Yeah.
that.
Which I think there is in mine.
Okay, that's what this is used for. And you have to get someone, a specialist, to use this, okay?
Yeah.
And basically what it does, you put this out and the crossroad dirt absorbs and pulls, and that demon will be kicking and screaming and whatever. It's got absolutely no choice. It goes into the dirt. Okay, it gets sucked into the crossroads, and then it's filled with holy salt, so it gets destroyed. So then you take the crossroads dirt out and get rid of it in a proper fashion. Okay, crossroads dirt is a very powerful thing, and this is something that I've had to use a few times, I mean, along with lots of other stuff. But there's a lot of things that on my site I'm going to be putting on that I think that anyone could use, such as like an I did on our investigation when we took out. If you actually want to know how to do the burying of the stones and the cedar, Francis, on our last investigation and on our last job that we did, we actually did.
Yeah, I seen him when he was burying all that. I watched that.
Yeah. So there, that's a good example of how it's done.
Okay. Because I would like to do that with this property because I know of all the negative that's around.
Yeah.
And like I said, there used to be a porthole in my back bedroom, and I want to seal it for good.
So just go to watch it through a couple of times and figure out and write down what the amethyst is for. Write down what the cedar does, and then when you wrap it and bind it, put your own prayer. You have to use your own prayers, though. Okay.
Okay.
What you believe. You can't say his prayers. Okay. He's a pastor. He's a pastor. He has his own prayers. I have my own. Everybody has their own prayers.
Yeah.
So you got to say your own prayers as you bury them, your own beliefs, what you bury. Get God and Jesus and Archangel Michael, and use what your strengths are, the ones that give you strength.
Yes.
You pray to them to give strength to this crystal and cedar.
Yes. Vicky, prayers for your mom, for your dad, Vicky.
Hi, Vicky. Blessings to you.
Hi, Eva. Susan. Hi, honey. Don Boyle says, I've never heard of crossroads dirt.
Yeah, well, that's what it's for. And it's probably a good thing you haven't heard of it. Okay, I'll be right back. I got to take a 5-minute break here.
All right, no problem. Morning, Jennifer. Hello, Fonda. I'm not going to say your first name because I don't know how to pronounce it. But yes, any questions you have, you can ask Annie. We are going to have a thing this Saturday on your gifts, your spiritual gifts. Write down anything you feel, see, hear, or want to know about your gifts and what your gifts might be. And we're going to have this thing on Saturday night. I'm doing good, Smoking Joe. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Prayers, yes, prayers for your dad. Prayers for your dad, Vicky. But yes, I'm also going to get the word out there that I'm going to be doing a fundraiser for Colleen T, 52 tomorrow night, because she needs a hot water heater for medical reasons. Because she just got back out of the hospital. They keep putting her in the hospital because she needs to soak her legs in warm water, and she does not have a water heater. She's already tried the churches, and her landlord won't help her. One of them kind of landlords. So let people know this. Hang on just a second there, diary, while we wait for Danny. Okay. Right, hang on. Diary, I am going to send you Colleen's PayPal link. James, tomorrow night I'm going to send you. Well, you don't have PayPal. I mean, you don't have Messenger. I'll have to copy the link and put it in your Twitter, James. But this is for tomorrow night when you come in.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. Anybody got any more questions for? Hi, Jan's live. Hi, honey.
Good job, Sue. Thank you. Hello, James. Thank you. Hi, Jan.
Matt, that's cool. That's cool, Susie.
Well, that's good. If they're not, positive, you don't need, you want to have positive things around. That's all.
Yes. Made them uncomfortable to be there. James, I just sent Colleen's PayPal link for tomorrow night. It's in your Twitter Messenger. Because she needs a hot water heater for her legs. She needs it for medical reasons. Because she just got back out of the hospital. So
Yeah.
I'm going to try and help her get a water heater. I'm going to try and spread the word and get some people to help her.
Yeah, so I'm going to be putting together a bunch of different. I think I might put a few different stuff that people can use for keeping away bad crap and stuff. that anyone could do, like that you don't really need a lot of training for.
All right.
And that'll be on. So you want to be a paranormal investigator, like little bits here and there at some point. Just because I've noticed there's been a great uprise lately of nasty crap coming along here and there.
Yeah.
And so, I want to keep all my YouTubing as safe as possible.
I understand that. Jennifer said she's interested in this. I wish I knew more about it. Where's a good place to start as far as protection? Crystals, herbs?
What do you want to protect? Is this for yourself or for your house? If it's for your house, the best, just go to my channel and watch using the amethyst with the cedar. That's the best, easiest, and most sure way to do it for beginner. If it's for personal, well, you can make yourself a medicine pouch.
Why do you think there's a rise in the bad things?
I think because people are becoming more open to the spirit world, both good and bad. There's more investigators now. More people are saying, okay, yeah, maybe there is truth to the afterlife. Maybe there is truth to this. Whenever that happens, whenever there's a surge of interest, whether, like most of the people that most people I know, we all think, oh, good, well, let's investigate this. This is a good thing. There are also the opposite side of the coin. There's going to be people that are interested in it, and they're just nasty people. So whatever they learn,
in the negative.
Whatever they learn, they're going to take it to the negative side of things. And I think that's what it is. I think there's always going to be a balance between right and wrong. And the more good that happens, the more that people learn. Well, then, of course, it works on both sides of the fence.
Yes, yes. There's going to be good and bad, people wanting to get to know more and more and more.
And outside of that, I mean, times are tough, and people are losing jobs, and people need money, and people are homeless, and it's getting harder to pay your bills every month. So crime's on the rise. Like everything's. Once it gets stable again, once things start to even out again, then everything will calm down. But right now, everything's sort of up in the air. So are people's tempers.
The veil is thin lately.
Like everybody's worn thin. Everybody's patience is worn thin. Everybody's temper is ragged.
Yeah.
And because of that, it causes a lot of negativity. And negativity is a life force.
Yeah.
The more negativity that's built up, it seeks out other negativity. It seeks out negative people, and it makes them even more negative. So they do more bad.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Hello, the original Mellow. Hello, Shadows. How you doing?
Yeah, Diary. There is a great spiritual awakening. The last 5-10 years, I guess, it's been getting more and more. But that's why I say, like, for everyone, all my YouTubians, someone's negative to you, or you get negative comments, or you get negative this, you know what? Turn it around, send it back positivity.
Yeah.
Like when someone's negative to me, I say, you know what? I'm sorry that you feel that way, but I'm not going to waste my time arguing or being upset with you because I don't really know you that well. And there's a lot of other people that I do know, and they need my help, and they like my company. So I'm not wasting any time with you. If you don't like me, that's your business. But I'm going to spend my time with people that do like me.
Yeah.
And that's the end of it. There's no more. That's it. Done, dusted.
That's like the people that have a thing with me. I told them, I said, I ain't got time for you.
No,
I want to do more things with my channel than worry about you.
Yeah.
I want to do more for myself. I want to do more with my channel, with my life, than worrying about you.
I was feeling a little bit upset today because of being in pain. And I got to tell you, I was really, really happy today because I just went to check my YouTubians, on the thing.
Yeah.
And I noticed Kay put up a cinema, and so I sat there and I watched Kay's cinema, and she smiled a couple of times, and she was really relaxed and content. And that just watching Kay in that moment of her positivity changed my whole outlook for the day.
Yes.
And that's what I'm
I like
saying.
to see, I like to see Kay when she's in a good mood.
And so thank you, Kay. But that's what I'm saying. If you put out on your channel, it's your channel.
Yes.
Somebody says something negative or whatever, I can delete their comment if I want to. I can't do nothing about the thumbs down, but I don't really care about thumb down.
I call it view time.
It's just view time, right?
Yeah, it's view time.
So when someone
all you want, it's view time.
when someone offends me, I just say, you know what, that's fine. You have a right to your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing as we're not friends, I'm not wasting one more second talking to you about it. I've got people that I care about and people that care about me. I'm going to spend my time with them.
Yes.
And goodbye. Totally ignored that person forever. That's what I do.
Yeah. That's what I said last night on my stream. I said, I don't have time for you. I really don't care about you. Hate me all you want. I don't care. I'm doing better things with my life, my channel.
Well, I really
don't talk all you want.
I really want to see more of that from Kay. That's for sure, because that was refreshing. Yeah. That was very refreshing. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I like to see Kay smiling instead of being angry and upset.
Laura, spiritual awakening lasts for 5 years. No, spiritual awakening lasts forever, but it comes in stages. You'll have a stage where you'll notice it yourself if you follow, just follow with, even following YouTube, for instance. You noticed for a while there was so many people doing cards. Everybody jumped on the bandwagon. I'm going to do Oracle cards, or I'm going to do tarot cards, whatever. And there was a great big nest of it. Everybody woke up to it, and then the people that weren't serious, or the people that weren't called to it, I call it the calling, the awakening. There's an awakening where it's like a swarm. But out of that awakening comes a bunch of people, a handful of people that are calling. It's a calling for them to do. Now, the people that are called to it keep doing it.
Yeah.
And get better and better at it.
Yeah.
The people that were awakened to it, they'll do it for a little bit and then they die off. And then maybe in a year from now, they'll start again, sort of a thing.
Yeah. Me, I do it, a couple of times, 2 or 3 times a week.
Well, yeah, for you, it's a calling.
Yeah.
And you're getting better at it. And that's what I'm talking about. People that are called to do certain things, they get better at it as they go, because your own intuition starts to go into it. Your own way of reading it comes into it.
I'm still learning how to read the cards.
Yeah, but you understand what
I'm still learning that.
Yeah, but you're doing it though.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Like I noticed you're putting a few extra words on each card. You're saying things a little bit different. So you're saying the same thing, but you're putting your spin onto it.
Yeah.
And that shows you that it's something that you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the difference. That's what I'm talking about. So that's what happens is you'll get a big cloud storm coming through, and then most of the dust dies down, but then there's a few that keep going straight because they're supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm way behind in chat. I'm sorry about that.
Me too, because I'm listening to you.
Hey, Shadow of the Moon, how you doing, dear?
All right.
Yeah, spiritual awakenings can happen anytime, Laura. To anyone, it could be a whole mass of people, or it could be one person that has a spiritual awakening. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Hey, Short Fry. Hi, Brownies.
That's true, Derry. You got that right.
Hi, Olga. That's like I did that little giveaway for 2K, and Diary got the cards, the extra set I had.
Awesome.
That she's going to be doing cards with them soon.
Oh yeah, she should do cards. She has a gift for sure.
Welcome back, Smoking Joe. Welcome back, honey. Shadow said it's amazing. It's awesome, amazing thing, but not always fun.
That's true. Yeah, you know, it's everyone has their own gifts. And I mean everyone has their own gifts. Everyone has abilities. Everyone has things that they're going to do. Now, not everybody's going to be a shaman. Not everyone's going to be a druid or a spirit walker or a pastor. Or,
yeah.
Okay, I'm an overachiever. I decided to do all of it. But everybody has their own thing that they do, you know.
Yeah.
And some people are carpenters because they love to do carpentry, you know.
Yeah.
Some people are plumbers because they love doing plumbing. Some people are mechanics because they love motors. You know, I love the paranormal. That's why I've been doing it for 50 years.
Yeah.
Like everybody has a calling of something. And everybody's gifts will sometimes call to you. When that call comes, you just drop everything and do what you're told. You know.
Good night, Boomer.
And everything. Hey, Short Fry. Hey, Boomer. Hey, country.
Yes, whatever that calling is, go for it. Because diary helps me out a lot when I do spirit box, and if I ask some kind of question about spirits that are around me, because she can see them, and she'll tell me. A lot of people on here will tell me exactly what they see. Like you do.
Brown's family. I need some information. If you guys know about this, a meeting once told me I was here 31 times in a row. Who knows? Maybe. Your spirit is energy. Okay. Energy never starts, never dies. Energy's forever. Okay. So maybe a little bit of your energy was.
You're welcome, Diary.
Maybe your energy was at one time a flower, and then it changed into a tree, and then it changed into a person. Then it changed into a spirit, then it changed into a person, then it changed into this, then it changed into that. Energy never dies. It's always changing. It's always growing. It never.
I believe that.
Energy's forever. So could you have been alive 31 times? Why not? It's energy. You know.
Many of us have lived lives before this life.
Yeah, I can't say whether or not you have lived
lives before this life.
But you will know in your heart, you know, you'll know in your heart if you have it, you have it. I believe that you know yourself. If you're asking the question, then you probably know the answer. It's just whether or not you want to run with it, you know. But energy's forever. So, you know, after this, I might just simply be a single drop of rain, like the song says. And then the next time I might be an ocean. And the next time I might be me again. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Yes, I know this, country girl. I know this, honey. Shadows of the Moon said, my store was doing great. Then I got a part of my calling and totally gave that up to do what I do now. That pull is strong.
Yes, it is, Shadow. Yes, it is.
Laura Quinier says, I try to forget about my twin and I turn to drinking and other stuff and it hurts so much. What's going on, Laura?
No, Laura, here's my advice to you. What would you tell your twin to do now? If you were the one, twins are an energy that's forever. So right now, The energy of your twin is not a physical thing that you can touch or do whatever, but the energy is always going to be with you. Twins never depart. The energy is always around, so your twin's always around. So if it was on the other foot, if you were the one that passed and your twin was going down the road of drinking, or your twin was looking at different things, what would you tell her? What would you say to her? What would you want her to do? Would you want her to go down a trail of reckless abandonment, or would you want her to find peace and live to the best of her ability in honor of you? You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So in this case, I would say honor the energy around you, honor your energy of your twin. Keep in mind, yes, it's hard. I've lost loved ones in my life. I lost a son, so I understand how painful it is. But I try to honor my son's energy and his life every single day. I try to think of something good to do for myself and for the people around me to honor not only the energy, but the memory of that wonderful being.
Yes.
And I think, sweetie, if you do that, it'll change your outlook a little bit, you know? Start thinking, how would you want your twin to act in this situation?
If it was reversed.
If it was reversed,
Yes.
what would you hope for her? And if you can hope that for her, why would you not hope it for yourself?
Yes. Did you hear that, Laura? If you're still here, honey. Hello, Dream Walking Angel. Hi, sis. All right, Joe.
And one more thing, Laura, you're worth it, okay? Put the energy into yourself because you're worth it.
Yes, you are. Everybody's worth it. No matter how you feel about yourself, you're worth it. You are worth it.
You don't have to forget, because your twin will always be a part of you. So you don't need to forget. Just embrace the love that's within you, and love yourself.
Yes. Because there was times in my life I did not love myself either. Especially after the death of my dad. I was young when my dad, my mother, she was like my best friend. Even though we lived like across the water from each other. I mean, in the same state, but she was like my twin because she was like my best friend. And it's like she passed, it's like I lost part of it.
Adrian, walk in. Of course you do, short fry. She has deja vu a lot. Of course she does. She's a seer.
Oh, Smoking Joe. Okay, Smoking Joe. Smoking Joe says she's a female and she gets called bro all the time.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Danny?
Yeah, feel free to ask. If I can help, I will.
Yes, go ahead, Jan.
Of course you can. Yeah, a seer is someone who dreams, goes to bed at night, and they dream stuff that happens that hasn't happened yet. Or they'll enter into a situation and they'll go, wait a second, I've been here before, but I haven't been here before. And they'll say, oh, this person is just about to say this. Then they turn around and say it. A seer is someone that gets glimpses into the future, sometimes the past.
Like I was there for a while with the car crashes. I was seeing them before they happened.
Well, Diary, if you love these sessions with Danny and Francis, we could do more.
Yes, we can.
We can make it a twice a week thing or something. If
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, Texas, you got that right.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
My only advice is
2003.
Love them while you got them. Love them while you got them. That's what I say. Hey, Sibby.
Sybil.
How's my girls doing? Give them my love. Hey, Jennifer.
Dan, what's your question, honey? Okay, we can set this up for twice a week. That's fine with me.
Yeah, we could do that.
That's very true, Suze. Very true, Suze. Very true.
Yeah, you might have to walk around on a daze for a while, but you'll get through it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know one thing, guys. If you have a parent, or like Laura does, she lost a twin. Remember, that person is not gone. They have lost this suit. They're in spirit and they're right there with you.
Yeah, always.
Always. They're right there with you. Don't ever think they're gone, because they're not gone. I have 3 family members that go with me everywhere.
It's not only that. You think about your grandparents, your parents, your brothers, your sisters, your kids. Everyone in your life, you've learned something from them. They've taught you things. They've taught you the way to act, the way to move. Sometimes you pick up a twitch that they have. Sometimes you pick up their attitudes of certain things.
Yes.
They're always with you because they're a part of you.
Yes.
And
yes.
so their spirit is also a part of you.
Yeah.
So never forget.
Like what I say, I said I have my mother's heart. I have my dad's attitude when I get mad. Yes, I have things that I have learned from. I didn't know my brother that well, but I knew how he was. You know, he had a big heart, and we were never close when he was living, so he's close to me in spirit. Okay, Jan says, Danny, do you just freak me out? I was going to ask about the feeling, about like when been there before, like you know them.
Oh, there you go. I'm glad I could answer you.
Sybil says she tries to pass on the teachings of my ancestors down to my parents.
Exactly.
All right, Shadows. But yeah. Like David says, they're always with you no matter what.
Yeah, a lot of that future seeing and stuff, that's called a seer. There's 2 or 3 different types of seers, but basically it's a form of perception, the way you perceive things to come. That's what gives, that's kind of a gift. It's like premonitions and things like that. That's all part of being a seer.
Jan says, can it be like a past life of mine?
Certainly.
Diary wants a little perspective on something. What do you want perspective on, Diary? What do you think about sleepwalking? Onset at certain age with gifts. That was to you, Danny.
Well, that's a tough one. Sleepwalking itself, for the most part, it can just be sleepwalking. However, a lot of times when people start to sleepwalk, they're starting to become a medium, and usually it's a physical medium. And as they're walking, they're going through and doing things. They're not just walking; they've got a purpose to it. A lot of times, it's because they're picking up the thoughts of spirits and actions of the spirits. So they're physically going through the actions, trying to figure out what they're being told. So yeah, sleepwalking can be an onset of gifts.
Because I know Diary does a lot of stuff with with her gifts and stuff. And Sybil says deja vu is a major possession. Like I've been there before, and I know I haven't.
Yeah.
Or Short Price says I know stuff will happen before it happens. Okay.
Yeah, I 100% believe that the mother will pass the gifts on, and 7 is the magic number too.
Yeah.
7, 14, 21, 28.
See that Diary says, see, that's what I thought, Danny. This time the same thing happened at 7 years old with me, and now it's happening with my daughter. She has all my gifts.
Yeah, that's perfectly. I believe that 100%.
And then Dream Walking Angel says, I sleepwalk often as a child through a teenager, and have a few times as an adult. Hi, Paul. I've never sleepwalked. That's one thing I've never done.
Well, 7 in the Druid realm is rejuvenation. So every 7 years, your gifts rejuvenate and get stronger. And then all of a sudden, oh, wait, now how come I can do this? I couldn't do this before. Because after 7 years, the spirits believe you've had that gift long enough. If you've used it for that 7 years and you do good with it, they reward you by giving you a little bit more strength for that gift, or give you another gift to go along with it.
Yeah.
The elementals are actually the ones that give you the gifts. So every 7 years, it makes sense that your daughter starts at 7, you start at 7. The more you use it, they'll reward you for it, as long as you're doing it for good.
Dream Walking Angel says, oh, they had to lock the doors because I'd go outside, and they said I'd be half awake and half asleep having full conversation.
Yeah, you're probably talking to the spirit world.
So you got some gifts too, Dream, Alicia. You got some gifts.
You see, and being a dream walker, spirit walker, and all that, I believe that dreams are the spirits trying to teach you something or warn you about something. Sometimes you have a bad dream about an accident coming up or whatever, and then that day will come along and you remember at that moment about that one thing, and then you decide, instead of going left, I'm going to go right today, and you avoid it completely.
Yeah.
Right? Like sometimes I believe the spirits warn you ahead of time, or either that or they're trying to teach you something.
Yes. Alicia is a dream walker. She is a dream walker.
Yeah, dream walkers, there's different levels to dream walkers. A lot of times dream walkers are people that walk around in dreams and they see things and they learn stuff, and they can control their own dreams as they're going along, or people can invite them into their dream, and you can see what's going on in other people's heads, things like that.
She used to, when I first met Alicia, she could interpret dreams.
Yeah, that's another part of it. The dream walker also can interpret a dream. Instinctively, a dream walker will know what your dream's about. You just tell them and they'll tell you what the answer is. And that's the biggest thing for most dream walkers is someone tells you a dream or you have a dream, you know what it's about. You know exactly what it means. Yeah. And you can share that knowledge. It's like speaking in tongues. If in certain churches there'll be a person that speaks in tongues, but there's always one person that understands everything. One person's there to understand what's going on and is able to translate it all. That's what a dream walker is. A dream walker can translate any spiritual talk from dream state.
Yes. Diary says she's the same way with dreams.
Oh, see, I had a friend of mine dreamt that a demon came and wrapped his legs in chains and was pulling him down a hole into this big puddle of fire, and he was screaming and other demons were attacking him. Right? He was having this dream. Well, my dream, at the exact same time, we phoned each other. It was like 1:33 in the morning or something. But anyway, around 1 o'clock or 1:10, I started dreaming and I was watching this guy and he was being chained up, and then all of a sudden the earth opened up and he was being pulled in. So I ran over and I reached down, I grabbed the guy's hand, I pulled him out, snapped the chains, and I grabbed the demon, I choke slammed him into hell, and I grabbed the earth and pulled him. That was my dream anyway. And I pulled the earth closed, right? And then I woke up. About 3 or 4 seconds later, the phone rings and it's my buddy. And it says, I just had a dream. You saved my life. I said, what? He said, I was being pulled down by demons and you saved me. I seen you reach down and grab my arm.
How do you go about remembering your dreams? I sleep so soundly that the only time I really know I'm dreaming is right before I wake up.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the way it works. I mean, if you're supposed to know your dream, you'll remember it. That's the way I look at it. If you're supposed to remember it, you will.
I think it was you or no, it was Diane. Asked me to ask my father to come to me in my dreams, and it's like, I don't remember my dreams. I don't know if he's come into my dreams or not, because I don't remember them.
Yeah, I've done that. Like, see, I'm kind of, I don't care if I'll tell you, you can actually see it on one of our investigations at Centennial there. I was walking through this one area and all of a sudden there was this really, really bad stench of sulfur. And then my skin jumped up and you got the bumps in the hair going on. And then I heard this really, really nasty growly noise. What did I do? You know, a lot of people would get scared. A lot of people might run. A lot of people might scream. What did I do? I went, fuck it off, you ball bag. What are you doing, you wanker? Ain't no reason to act like that. I just wanted to talk to you for a second. and no BS, you can hear on the recorder the demon go, wanker? Who, me? Yeah, you wanker. So as you keep that shit up, I'm gonna choke slam you to hell, you bugger. And all of a sudden, it's dead quiet, right? The smell of sulfur's gone. The birds start chirping. I'm like, what happened? Where'd you go? You don't want to talk to me now?
Jan's like, Bruce has a question, but Jan says, Danny, what does it mean when a person was born with a veil over their face? Do you know? I was told it's a child was born with a spiritual gift. Is that true?
Yes. Yes, it is. A child born with that veil, what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, but it's a gift from the elemental water. And the water elemental is saying that you're going to have a clear mind and clear visions as you grow older.
Okay, and Native Grammy says, I've dreamt about waking up and start the day. So vivid that I don't know if I'm really awake several times in the morning.
Yeah, I hate those days. I know what you're talking about. I'll be sleeping. I dream I get up, so I go put on the coffee. You know, I'm getting ready to sit down, just go sit down, light up a cigarette, and I wake up. And I'm like, what? Wait, what? So I'll get up, I'll go to the bathroom, I'll come back out. And I just start coming out to go into the kitchen, and I wake up again. And I'll do that like 3 or 4 times in a row. And it's like, okay, am I awake this time?
Bruce wants to know what you think about Ed and Lorraine Warren.
She was a wonderful person. She was a good person. She was a good friend. And she's going to be sadly missed, at least by me. She was brave. She was one of the pioneers in a lot of ways. And, you know, back when me and her started 50 years ago, you know,
Yeah.
just saying that you could see spirits meant a stay in the LPH for 72 hours of observation, you know.
Yeah.
It was really hard to stand up for your beliefs and stand up for yourselves. And Lorraine didn't give a shit, okay? She
Yeah.
said what she said. She believed what she said. She stood up for her beliefs. And she paved the way for a lot of people. Let me say, for a girl, she had the biggest balls I ever met. You know, she stood up for what she believed in. She said what was on her mind, like it or not. This is the way it is, black and white. And I had nothing but respect for that woman.
Wrapping together says, I don't dream much. I have sleep apnea, so I don't sleep that much. Yes, Ed and Lorraine, they did a lot of stuff that people frowned on back in their time.
No, I totally get that, Bruce. I never took any offense. It's just, you know, like I say, I'm not upset. I'm remembering things, and it's very pleasing to me. Makes me laugh, but it also kind of chokes me up a bit.
Yeah, I can understand that.
The most things I ever heard her say, okay, to me was, "You're gonna do what? Are you nuts?" It's just like every time I do something or I fight a demon or go to exercise somebody or exercise a place, in the back of my mind I hear, "You're gonna do what?"
Okay, Jan's live. Hurry back, honey. And James, thank you, brother, for dropping links, hon. I appreciate that. How do you feel about the Annabelle doll?
That doll is trouble, plain and simple. That doll.
What about the one of the big YouTubers on here that does paranormal and stuff? Robert the doll.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about him?
He's another one. If Robert's not Annabelle,
Annabelle's worse.
Yeah, if you're respectable to Robert, you have no problems. Robert's cool, you know.
Yeah.
If you challenge Robert, well, you're going to be in for a rough day, you know.
Yeah.
Annabelle, on the other hand, does not have a sense of humor whatsoever, and has caused people to die, and she has caused people to have heart attacks.
Yeah.
She has made people blind, and these are just proven facts. I mean, this is just factual. It just happened, you know. Someone says something cocky to them, and then 3 hours later, they're dead. Well, if it happens once, that's a coincidence. When it happens 22 times, it's no longer a coincidence.
No. You're welcome, James. I mean, thank you, James. Yeah. That's why, I mean, I don't get, because I'm a girl, I've had dolls all my life, but I don't think I would want to own a doll.
I'll tell you which
one from a thrift store or somewhere. No.
Raggedy Annie scares the shit out of me. You know, put me in the middle of a jungle with nothing but a buck knife and a whole bunch of terrorists, I'm okay. Put me in a room full of demons, not a problem. Put me in a room with a Raggedy Ann doll, I'll be in the corner crying like a baby. I hate them. I hate them.
That's one thing I won't have unless I buy it. I won't own a doll.
I don't want no damn Raggedy Ann dolls. I hate those things
I
with a
never
passion.
had a Raggedy Ann. I always had Barbies and stuff.
Those are the only things that get me every time. I can't stand them.
Yeah, I've never had a Raggedy Ann or Andy. I had Barbies. I had one of the original, the small ones, the little ones. One of the original.
I'll tell you why. When I was young, my brother got one for a joke. I went to go to sleep, and when I woke up, the stupid thing was lying on the pillow beside me, right? So I woke up, here's this stupid raggedy ass doll. Scared the living bejesus out of me. I grabbed this thing, and we're in the attic upstairs floor. Eh? I grabbed this thing, open the window, whip it outside the window, out to the backyard. Eh?
Yeah.
I close the window. I close the window. Okay, I'm good. I'm happy now, right? So I go back to sleep. So I wake up. My brother is sound asleep in the other room upstairs. My parents are downstairs sleeping. You know, I wake up about 7 in the morning. I open up the door to go downstairs. What's sitting right at the top of the stairs? That stupid, stinking doll. How the hell did it get from the outside backyard to there, right? I'm like, So I kicked its butt down the stairs, and I went downstairs, got to the bottom of the stairs, and I was going to toss it in the garbage. I look at the bottom of the stairs, where's to toss this doll in the garbage. It's not there, right? I'm like, where the hell is this doll? I look around the house, and I look over towards the front door in the living room. Here's the stupid thing sitting in my dad's lazy boy chair, right? I'm like, bloody way, right? So I got a solution. Wood chip. I'll tell you this right now. A wood chipper trumps everything. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I bet you. Wood chipper trumps everything. Okay. So just so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't like those Raggedy Ann dolls.
Jan says she has a set of them.
Well, you can keep them. I'm never so happy we had a wood chipper, I'll tell you.
Well, that's cool. Throw it right in a wood chipper. Bye.
I never watched the movie Conjuring. A lot of these movies that you see that are based on true stories, I don't watch them. A lot of them I've already went through, so I don't need to do it again.
Yeah, I understand that. Native Grammy says she'll never look at Raggedy Ann the same.
Well, by the time the wood chipper was done, she looked like McDonald's French fries with ketchup.
Diary says I used to make a bed for a little elemental named Mary when I was a little girl. She could fit into my Barbie doll bed with the pillows and blankets my mom made.
Oh, that's nice. Hey, that's great. I mean, if the girls can get through, I don't want one. Okay.
Yeah.
If my girls want them, I'm happy for them. Don't get me wrong. Anyone can have a Raggedy Ann doll. Have at her.
The Buddy doll looks like Chucky. I don't like Chucky. I like the movies, but I don't like the doll.
Well, I have no idea. Well, the way I look at it, any of these bad spirits that found out that Lorraine Pass will be moving zip codes.
Yeah, because she'll be on the other side taking care of business.
That's it. Yeah, I got no worries. She ain't gonna be in no trouble. That's for sure.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm not big on clowns either, but they don't scare me. I just don't like them.
So how do you think Ronnie DeFaro feels about Lorraine passing. That's the question Bruce asked. What do you want?
Yeah, a lot of the stuff is exaggerated, but a lot of it's going on.
Sit down. Sit. Sit.
Well, I have to agree with Uncle John. They scare me too.
Yes. I never had a Raggedy Ann or Andy doll, so I only had Barbies. So
That's it. Okay, gotta pardon me again for 5 minutes, people.
yes, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Hang on, Jennifer. Hang on just a minute, Jennifer. And oh, okay. Okay, diary. But don't forget, Saturday night, we will do this Saturday night. I will do it on Saturdays, and we'll see how he feels like on a Wednesday night. Every Wednesday and Saturday. If he's up to it, if he's not, that's fine. It depends on how he feels. I leave that up to him. Yeah, I don't think it'll change anything. I don't think it'll change anything. Because Lorraine knew what she was doing. She knew her crap. She knew her shit. Good night, scraping together. Good night. Thank you for coming in. He wasn't he DeFaro? Amityville. Jennifer, Amityville. Amityville.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. Yeah, he was the one in Amityville, Jennifer. Ronnie DeFaro was the one in Amityville.
Yeah.
And I say he didn't kill it. I think the negative energies in that house helped made him do it.
Yeah, I agree. He was possessed. No, elementals are not fairies. Elementals are ancients. They're fire, water, earth, wind, and wood. However, the fact that they're ancients, they're also changelings. They can be whatever they want. So there are water fairies, wood fairies, earth fairies. They can be if they choose to be.
Yeah.
You can have elemental fairies. They're more elemental than they are fairies, but they like that form, so they'll take that form.
Yeah. And I have heard stories of real fairies.
Thank you.
Good night, Kay. Have an awesome night.
Good night, Kay. Please put up some more of those positive, uplifting videos that you did. And I'd really like to have a look at your new place. So take a little cinema and show us around your place. That would be awesome.
Yes, yes. How you doing, William?
Hey, well.
That's Precision Lawn. Excuse me. So yes, I was thinking Saturday nights and maybe Wednesday nights, depending on how you feel.
Let me think. Wednesdays, that's good. Saturdays, yeah, okay.
All right, Wednesdays and Saturdays will be paranormal night for me with me and Danny. Short fry. So anything you want to ask. Saturday night will be about our gifts. Saturday night's discussion will be about our gifts and to find out what kind of gifts we have and how to go about researching our gifts and learning about them.
Does anybody know or want to know? You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about it too much, Francis. I got yours, and I'll be sending it on Friday. I finally got it enough saved up to send you your bag.
All right. I'll be looking for it.
And same with short fry. Yours is going to be sent out on Friday as well because I'm going to the post on Friday, so I'll send out both your packages.
Okay.
I got to send out short fries, and I'll send yours out at the same time.
All right.
Now, who wants to know how to make a medicine bag or a spirit bag? Does anybody here would like to know how to make a protection bag? Bama, there's my Bama. You should bring Bama up here. Does anybody want to know how to make a bag? I'll tell you. If you do, I'll give you a quick instructions on how to make one, but you got to put a #1 in there. And if I see 5 of them, I'll tell you how. How's that? Is that a good deal? 5 #1s for how to make a spirit bag. It's a spirit bag, or you can call it a spirit bag, medicine bag, or a protection bag is what I call it.
Diary. Jan said yes. Jennifer. Short fry. Let's see. Jan, Diary, Jennifer, short fry, country girl.
Okay, looks like we got enough. All right. So you can go to any little shop, a gift shop, whatever, and you can get yourself a little pouch. You know, what you need first is just a little pouch. It's only got to be a little big. Hang on a second. I want to see if I can grab this.
We got you, short fry. We got you, honey. We got you. Listen to Danny, guys. This is how he's going to tell you how to make one. Hi, Bama. How you doing, honey? Happy late birthday, too. I'm sorry I missed your birthday, Bama, but happy belated birthday. Yes, happy belated birthday. Precision, William. Boop. It's a boop, 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 boop. It's a boop, 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 boop.
Where is it?
Hang on a minute. I'll be right back.
Thought I had an extra one, but I don't. Thought I had an extra pouch here. I was going to show you a pouch. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so go to a gift store or any place, whatever. And the first thing you need is to get yourself a little pouch, you see. And it's also good to have a little plastic bag. I'll tell you why. Because you want to put everything in the plastic bag and then put it in your pouch. Just in case your pouch rips a little bit, at least everything's still in the plastic bag. Pouch with a drawstring, that's right. Happy birthday, Bama. I tried to get a hold of you, but I couldn't. So here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bama.
Happy birthday
to you.
to
Yeah, so anyway, you get a little pouch with a drawstring and a little plastic bag. Those are the first two things you need. So be writing this down if you want to know how.
Yeah, I think I got one.
Okay, and this is just a standard protection bag, okay? So the first thing you want to do is you want to take a pinch of salt, put it in a plastic bag. When you put the pinch of salt in there, you say, good spirits protect me and my path, okay? Pinch of salt. I'll give you a minute to write that down. Good spirits protect me and my path. And you just put a pinch of salt in there.
A little pouch like this, Danny?
Yeah, that's a perfect pouch.
A little pouch like this, guys. A little pouch like this.
Then you want to take a pinch of black pepper. And you pick the pepper and you put it in the pouch. It don't matter if it all mixes up because it's all get mixed up anyway. And you say, ward off any darkness. Okay? So a pinch of black pepper, ward off any darkness. So now you got the white one for the good spirits to bless your path, and the black one to ward off the dark spirits. Okay? And you want to get some chili powder. Okay? You put the chili powder on there, and that is to ward off any curses or any bad luck. We put the chili powder in there. Now, give me a minute to write that down. When you get that written down, put a 1, so I'll continue from there.
And this is what you're sending me, right?
No, I'm sending you something different.
Okay.
This stuff will be in it, but yours is a little bit different because I made you a special one.
Okay. Thank you, Danny.
Okay. So once you got that done, you want to put a pinch of tobacco in there.
No shadows. Go right ahead, hon.
No, you go ahead and share it. You put a pinch of tobacco in there for the good spirits to have energy to protect you. Okay? Now, once you've done that, you got to find a gemstone that you like. It doesn't matter what the stone is, but whatever it means to you, a little stone, and you say, whatever that stone means to you, whatever protection that stone is for you, you put that in there. That, you see, because your bag has to have something, at least one thing in there that nobody else knows what it's for. That's what makes it your bag. Okay? Then you got to get a hematite rock. It's a black rock and it's got like a shiny gleam on it. It looks almost silver. Okay?
I think I have a hematite too.
You want to put one of those hematites in there to make your blood clear and to take away pains. And I'll wait for a minute for you guys to get that done. So you want your own stone,
right back, hon.
your own stone and your hematite.
I think I have a hematite. Hi, Woody. How you doing, ODS?
Okay. And once that's done, you only need one more thing in that bag. And that is something that brings you good luck. Something that you feel. Now, it could be a shiny penny. It could be a piece of tree bark. Myself, I use birch bark because birch bark always brings me good luck. So it might take a little piece of birch bark or cedar bark or something from the wood elementals. But when you take it, say thank you because you want to say thank you. But you want to put one thing in there for good luck. And then you close it up. Make sure your bag, your little plastic bag, is all tight. You take that bag and you put it into your pouch, and then you tie your pouch up, right? Then you hold your pouch. Now, some people use a Bible, some people don't. Some people use prayer, some people use blessings, some people use candles, incense, whatever you want to use. You put your bag down and you say, for my good spirits, for God, for Jesus, for the elementals, whoever you believe in, this bag is for my protection, to protect me from all negative aspects and to keep me blind from bad spirits. In other words, so the bad spirits don't see me, right? Keeps me invisible to the bad spirits and the bad negative energy. This bag is to protect me. And then you're done. That's it. And then you keep your bag with you in your pocket. Whenever you go anywhere, you keep your bag with you, and then you've always got that protection.
Yep.
Now, if it ever breaks or if you ever lose it, it doesn't matter. You're still protected for about 48 hours. So you got another 48 hours to make a new one. Okay? So if you happen to lose it or if it breaks, don't panic. Be safe in the knowledge that you've got 48 hours to make another one. Okay?
Right.
And that's how you make a spirit bag for yourself, to protect you, you know, and if someone's with you, they're protected because you're there.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's
So that's how you make a spirit bag. And that'll keep anything negative. As soon as something's negative around you, you feel something negative, you just take your bag out, hold it in your hand, and say, anything negative, leave now or be absorbed into this bag and destroyed. Simple as.
cool.
So if you feel negative spirits around you, all you gotta do is grab onto that bag and say, leave or be destroyed, and they will take off.
Jennifer asked, can she make one for her daughter? Will it work the same for her daughter?
Yes, you can, but you tell her, okay, go pick something, don't let mommy see what it is, and put it in the bag. Pick something that's gonna give you good luck and put it in the bag, but don't tell mommy what it is. It's a secret. And she's gonna put it in the bag herself. You're not gonna watch her put it in the bag.
Hi,
If you happen to see it by accident, it doesn't matter. The fact is, she's got to do it so that for her, it's her secret. It doesn't matter really if it's your secret, right? What matters, it's her secret.
Suze, do you have a way to clean the bag from negative energies it absorbs, or do you recommend making a new one?
No, just go outside when it's a sunny day, take it out of your pocket, hold it towards the sun and say, cleanse it. As soon as daylight hits it, it's cleansed every day.
Cool.
It's cleansed automatically. Whatever gets absorbed is literally destroyed and put into a different realm. It's not even in your bag anymore. Every day, it'll re-cleanse itself. It's a forever bag. It keeps cleansing itself every 24 hours.
Thank you, Miss Hopkins. Hello, Mittens.
Oh yeah, I love the, you know, being Scottish, and I got plaid on. What a surprise! I've got lots.
What you doing, little man? Come on, my little man.
Hey, Mittens, how are you?
Hi, Trizzy Wares. How you doing?
So that's how you guys make yourself a bag. So you
I'll
learn.
go back and I'll write all this down. I ever want to make one.
You learn yourselves a secret bead here tonight of how to make your own bag.
So you gotta let me know when I get mine how special mine is, so I know what it's.
I made you what's called a gopher bag. Okay?
Yes.
Not coffer. That's a different bag altogether. This is called a goat bag.
Yeah.
Okay? But it's basically, it hides you from negative spirits.
Okay.
Okay? And it's really nasty, the negative spirits.
Okay. I appreciate that, then. I appreciate
It- it's basically an elemental bag that's used with blessings of food and everything else. Anything negative comes around that thing, they're toast. You don't say nothing. You don't have to say nothing. It gets too close, it just automatically it's toast.
That's good. That's good. I will carry that on me too, because I have a M as a gem. You know, J Mac in Oregon. His
Mm-hmm.
wife is into crystals and stuff. Well,
Good night, Miss Hopkins.
she sent me a bunch of crystals, and she sent me a little protection bag of crystals, and I carry that bag in my purse everywhere I go.
That's a good idea. But with you working so much with the spirits and doing so much with the spirit, you need something with a little punch to it. So,
Yes.
you know, and considering that Astral's always around and you got Val, and Rita around,
Yeah.
they will appreciate the having the punch bag there. So,
Yes. Yes, they would. Yes, they would. I'm sure they would.
no, Sebi, I'm a shaman, so it is a native. Well, it's not native; it's shaman bag. Shamans are everywhere: Scotland, Ireland, North American Indians. Um, there's some in the east, like in China, and it's also a druid bag. But yeah, it's kind of the same concept as what you would consider a Native American medicine bag. That's why I say you can call it a medicine bag, you can call it a spirit bag, or you can call it a protection bag. But they're all the same thing.
Welcome back, James.
And as you like, this is the starter bag that I gave you people. Okay, so this is your starter bag. The next one you make, you might want to put something different in there. Or you might want to add something to it, or you might want to change something. You can do that, but you got to have your starter bag first. And then as you learn different things, and you say, "Oh well, wait a second. Now cedar heals. Cedar is a healing thing, and it's also protects family. So I might want to add that into my bag this time." Or you might look up vanilla. Oh, vanilla keeps away negative thought and negative stuff and makes things peaceful and it promotes peace. So I might want to put some vanilla in my bag. So as you make a new bag, if you decide to make another bag, you can study what you want to put in there and keep your basis the same, but you can add stuff too and you can switch things out. Yeah. And it becomes all yours as time goes on, eh?
Hi Lulu. Hi the real Brooklyn. Hi Lulu, my sister. How you doing?
Hey Lulu, big hugs. Hey Brooklyn, how are you? And don't worry, I'm going to be doing a how to make a medicine bag on So You Want to Be a Paranormal Investigator series, show number 11. So my next show is going to be about making these bags anyway.
Okay.
So that'll give you an extra look at how to do it and stuff too. But you guys got it before anybody else did.
That's cool. Thank you, Danny, on that. Thank you, hon.
Well, I thought I'd give you guys a treat and teach you something before everybody else gets to see it.
That's cool. So, guys, that's what you do to make you a protection bag.
Yeah, or medicine bag. You can call it that. There's no offense. No offense. You can call it a spirit bag, medicine bag, protection bag, whatever you want.
What do you want? Yes. My fams on here, our fams on here got the first look on how to make it, what it looks like.
Yeah, you got the special recipe. That's right. But just remember, whenever you make a spirit bag, I call it a spirit bag most time. Whenever you make a spirit bag or a medicine bag, you got to have one thing in there that nobody sees you put it in there.
Yeah.
And if it's a child making it and you're the parent, you tell them, okay, find something that you think brings you good luck and put it in the bag, but don't let mommy see or don't let daddy see. And let them put it in the bag. Let them take the bag and put it in there. Now, when you're putting in your last ingredient, if you happen to see it, just ignore it. You never saw it, right? So it's their bag, right?
Yeah.
Pretend you didn't notice it.
Yes, Bruce. Yes, Bruce.
What is the best book you can learn more? Oh my God, I don't know. I never learned from a book. All my teachings were from the elders and my own learnings as I went through.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you that.
The best book I can tell you is watch my series. I mean, I'll tell you everything I know, but I don't know really. I couldn't suggest a book because that would mean I'd have to read the damn thing.
Jennifer asked, will it protect against evil people too? About the bag. She wants to know if it'll protect against evil people. Yes. Yes, diary. Yes. Danny, are you still there? Did he freeze? I think he froze. Are you okay, Dan?
I think so. Okay, could you repeat the question?
He froze or something.
Yeah, I froze for a minute. Can you repeat the question?
Does it protect against evil people?
Yes, it keeps away any negativity.
It keeps away any negativity, Jennifer.
Yeah, for some reason.
Hey, Blood. How you doing, Blood?
Hey, Blood. All right, Bama.
Who has a question? What do stone... Wait a minute, I missed it. What stone represents health?
Oh, there's a lot of stones for that. Well, you can get a bloodstone for that. You can get a hematite. You can get a clear quartz. You can get an Apache tear.
I have all of them.
You get a rose quartz. Another good one is a tiger's eye.
I have a couple of them.
Any of those will improve health. So these stones every stone has 3 different properties. So if you look at, say there's 1,000 stones, 300 of those stones will have health as one of their 3 properties. Then the next 300 will have something with protection guaranteed in it.
Yeah.
The next 300 will have something with peace or spiritual comfort with it. So out of all the stones, if there was 900 stones in the world, which there's a lot more, but 1/3 of the stones each has something in common, and then 2 things of each stone are different than every other stone. So, but you'll always find one common denominator almost in every stone.
Yeah.
And health is a big one. Health's in a lot of stones.
Yeah, I have quite a few stones. I have quite a few different stones.
Yeah, tiger eye skull would be a very good protecting stone for sure.
I have tiger's eye. I have malachite, which is my favorite. Amethyst is another one of my favorites. I have clear quartz, rose quartz, lapses. I have trigonite. I have a big thing of, I think it's perlomane. I don't know if it's perlomane or obsidian, black. I mean, I have hematite. I think I have an Apache tear, but I am still figuring out which one it is because I have a book on the different crystals and I'm trying to match them together with the ones I don't know.
There's another one. It's kind of like an Apache tear. There's so many names for this rock. We call it a snake stone. That's one of the ones I always have with me. It's blue with black inside it, black lines. It's also an Apache tear, but it's blue and it's got black lines going all around it. And then I always have a hematite with me, and I always have a tiger's eye with me.
Yeah.
Those are my 3 of my 5 that I usually keep around.
Look for metaphysical shops, Lulu. Metaphysical shops. Shoot. There is a place. I don't know the name of it. That one of the big YouTubers she goes through. That she gets her crystals from, and they have a website. James, can you look up the one that Patty goes through, and you can drop the link if you like. The crystal lady that Patty and the G team go through. You can drop their link if you like, so Lulu can maybe check them out.
Sue put up a thing. If you're looking for a book recommendations, check out the Natural Magic books by Ellen Duggan. It's a friend of hers that she has, and she's a good author. So there's a book if anyone wants to check into it. Hey, Metistas.
There's the people that Patty and the G team go through. James just dropped the link. You can go to them, and she's pretty reasonable. I haven't bought anything from her, but she's pretty reasonable.
One thing to remember when it comes to the magical world or the metaphysical or whatever you want to call it, everyone has their own teachings on how everything works.
Yeah.
Right. So you gotta learn your own craft, your own stuff that works for you. Because a lot of times, what works for me might not necessarily work for you. What works for Joe might not work for me. So as you're learning, a lot of it you got to learn trial and error. But like Sue says, this girl's a good author. I think I've actually looked at some of her stuff, if I'm not mistaken. The name's familiar. Anyway, you just look through it, and if it seems right to you, check with others too. You can get second opinions, third opinions, whatever. But even then, it might be the spirits inside you, your spirit guides might tell you, well, you might use this for yes, right? So sometimes your spirit guides will teach you different things too. As you're going through it, they'll say, oh yeah, well, it works for this, works for this, works for this, but you'll never use that. But see this last thing on here, you can use it for that, right? So sage can be used for blessings. It can be used for getting rid of darkness. It can be used for getting rid of residual energy. It can be used for cleansing a room. Now, your spirit guide might say, nope. Oh, wait, cleansing. You can use it for that, right? So the other 3 things that it says that it's used for you will be no good. So don't use that. But if you see that it's good for cleansing and in your head you believe that, your heart you believe it, then that's what you're supposed to use it for. Right? So don't forget to listen to your inner voice. If you see pepper, okay? Black pepper, simple ingredient that you got in your house. Cloves, bay leaves. Okay, one thing you can do with bay leaves, if you put it in each corner of every room of your house, no one can hex you. You can't get any bad luck sent to you. If someone hexes you, it goes right back to them. It's like a mirror, bounces it right back to them, right? But now someone else will say, no, it's not for that, it's for this. Well, it's right, because it's used for about 12 different things, right? But so when you're teaching yourself these things, people, keep in mind, as you're learning these things, you might see 6 or 7 or 8 or 12 or 20 things that this one herb or this one ingredient is good for. You may only use it for one reason, and there's nothing wrong with that. You may use it for 2 or 3 reasons. There's nothing wrong with that either. Understand? But you can only use it for something that you believe it'll be used for.
Mm-hmm.
When you believe it in your heart and you look at it and say, yeah, I can see how that would work for that. That's what you use it for.
Good night, William. You're very welcome, Lulu. You're very welcome, sis. Somebody had a question. I'm trying to find it. It was Diary, I think. Diary had a question. Okay. Diary says, he has a question, or rather a statement that works for him or her.
Okay.
Danny and chat, I have found that whole fresh lemons placed around the home help in removing negative energy and restoring balance.
That's true.
And Susie says, bay leaves, you can write on them and burn them. Write your wishes on them and burn them.
Yeah, you can do that too. Yeah, Sibby, I do that too. You hold it and you'll know if it's yours or not. And that's what I'm saying. You've got to trust your instinct, like even Sue says. You've got to trust your instincts. You got to trust your spirits, but you got to trust your guides.
Yeah.
The little voice in your head that says use it for this, or yes, this is the one. And you can trust your body. If you pick something up and you feel it and you know it belongs to you, then you take it. If it doesn't feel comfortable,
Sybil just said.
If it doesn't feel comfortable, put it back.
That's what Sybil just said.
Oh, Sybil's right.
She said, if I'm getting new crystals, I visit the shop and feel each one I'm interested. If it warms up and slightly vibrates in my hand.
Yeah, there's lots of different things that you can use to push out negativity. A lot of it is, but a lot of it too is on faith. A lot of it is the intent, and faith makes the biggest difference.
That's like here. I mean, I try to keep positive vibes in the house, even though my husband's a negative ninny sometimes. I don't let him bother me, but I try to keep positivity in the house.
Lemonade and cranberry juice will help with kidney stones.
Yes.
But you got to mix it half and half. It's got to be a light mixture.
That's why I was wondering about Tara. Nobody's heard from Tara, and I know she was still going through her stuff with kidney stones. Nobody's heard from her.
I don't know if I got any coffee. I have to look. Yeah. Okay, I gotta grab a coffee. I'll be right back.
All right, no problem, hon. I believe that is what personal magic is intention, and strength of will.
Yeah.
Areas where the most loved, the lemons were lighter in color and maintained freshness the longest. Well, my sweet sister on here, um, she said that you could put like each corner of your home, you could put a stick of selenite and a thing of tourmaline in all four corners, and it would also keep out negativity. Diaries, the lemon lady now. They say the lemons are good for you. I gotta roll me some more cigarettes in the morning.
Well, I agree. Like, and here's something that, people, you need to keep in mind here. I've been doing this work for 50 years, and I've got my own way of doing things, and I got the own ways I learned and stuff like that. However, I'm learning new stuff every day. Okay.
Yeah.
There's people that's been at it for 5 years, and they know different ways of doing things than I do, obviously.
Yeah.
The spirit world and magic, if you want to call it that, it's like a feather on a bird. You've got, let me show you. Look at this here feather here. See that feather? It's got one main string, goes up and down. But every millionth of an inch, there's a separate strand, see? So intention and medicine and magic, every single millimeter, there's another fin that you can run across, and I can go out this way. But eventually, it comes back to the center.
Yeah.
You see? So there's many, 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 many roads that you can take along this feather. Many turns you can take. There's a million turns that you can take along this feather to get back to where you want to be. So there's a million solutions to one problem. Now, not everyone's going to have the same solution for the same problem, but they'll have a solution for that problem, right? So never think that I know more than the next guy, and never think that the other guy doesn't know what he's talking about, because there are always another way of doing it. There's always a million ways, and for me to say I know something, then that proves I know nothing.
Yeah, right? Everybody has a different way of looking at stuff, doing stuff.
Right. I'm just a beginner. Okay. I'm in my eyes, I'm a beginner, and I listen to everybody's solution. And now, whether I agree with it or not, that's my business.
Yes.
And whether or not I'll use it is my business. But I'll never discredit them, because I know damn well it works for them.
Yes.
See? And what works for them doesn't have to work for me. And what works for me doesn't have to work for them, but you have to find your own line on the feather. Now, I will share.
That's true.
I will share with you and with my YouTubians everything I know, everything I've learned, everything and if it works for you, by all means, use it.
Yes.
That's why I'm sharing it, is so that you can use it, so that you can have it in your toolkit if some shit happens. Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't have to. It's your choice, and it's also, if you find something that works better, then use that. Like, I won't be offended.
Jennifer says, faith is where I falter. I only half believe in most everything. It's a terrible feeling when I think about it, but I'll figure it out. I'm sure of it.
Well, while you're doing it, okay, believe in it. It's a simple thing. If you only got half the faith, that means you got half the faith, half the time. Okay, no big deal. So when you're doing your work, or when you're doing your prayers, or when you're doing you're building your bike or doing anything, Put all 100% into that minute, into that 5 minutes, into that hour. Put everything you have into that. And then don't believe shit for 2 days. Who cares? But when you're doing what you have to do, that's when you need to believe.
Yeah.
Afterward, question it all you want. Afterwards, you don't have to believe it, don't want to believe it. But while you're doing it, take the 50%. Instead of using 50% all day, take half the day and put 100% into that, and then use the other half a day and don't believe in anything. That way you get 100%.
Shadow says, well, where the heck were you when I lived in the lower 48? Yucky water. Now I have awesome water up here. Diary says that her mom taught her to make everything homemade. Yes, me too. I'm always keen to learning new stuff.
Now, hey, if I can learn something, I try to learn at least 2 or 3 things every day. So, you know.
And Danny, I learned a lot from you, and there's other people on here that I learned some stuff from too also.
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, take what I think will work for me and use it.
Yeah, absorb what is useful. If it's something that you can use, absorb it, use it. If it's something that you're never going to use, and it's, then let it go. Just hang on to the things that you believe in. Hang on to the things that you can use. And you don't even have to say nothing. If someone says, "Oh, well, this is this and this is this," whether it's true or not to you, it doesn't matter. It's true to them, so that's all that matters.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what you want to do is you want to build your spirit kit. You want to build your things that you believe in. So when the chips are down, or when something dark comes, or when you got to help somebody, you have it there and you believe in it, and it's going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want to be second guessing whether or not what you believe in works when you're in the moment. I mean, you don't want to show up at a gunfight and then say, "Geez, did I pack the bullets?" Right? So it's the same thing with your tool bag. Everything that you use, you have to believe in it, because you don't want to show up and have a bag of stuff and go, "Well, I don't believe in this crap," right? You got to have stuff in there that you believe in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shadow, that happens to me even sometimes. It's like, did I do that? What the hell happened there? Oh, well. It does
always believe in yourself first. Always believe in yourself first.
Yeah, believe in yourself, believe in your spirits that help you, believe it. Like I got, like my spiritual beliefs obviously are all over the board, but I believe it, period.
Yeah.
And like one guy says, "Well, you're a little bit crazy, and your beliefs are really like they're all over the place, blah blah blah." And I said, "Well, yeah, no shit." I says, "Well," I says, "does this make you uncomfortable?" And he go, "A little bit." And I says, "Okay, well, look at it this way. I've been talking to and seeing and helping and working with the spirits for 50 years. I have issues." Okay. Deal with it, buddy.
That's like my husband. He doesn't believe in the paranormal, but he says when a spirit comes up and taps him on the shoulder and talks to him, he'll believe it.
That's it.
So when I'm here and I'm talking to my spirits, he thinks I'm nuts. Like, are you talking to yourself? I said, no.
Well, someone asked me, are you sure, does this work? Whatever. I said, okay, well, here, just talking about from our last investigation. Oh, the last place we had to go to, Bobby Joe's.
Yeah.
Went over there, we cleansed the place, everything else. Now, here's a quick little backstory. Bobby Joe's kids would not sleep in their own room. They would not spend any time in their own bedroom. They always slept with mama. They had nightmares every night ever since they moved in there. It was a terrible, terrible time, and those kids were afraid, not only of their bedroom, but every room in the house. So we went in there, we kicked some ass, got rid of some nasty crappers, whatever. and we did our blessings and we did everything we did. Okay. Been a couple of weeks now, 2 or 3 weeks now. Well, we got a reply from her. You know what she said? She said the first night, the very first night, her oldest boy, who was 4 years old, I think, 4 or 5, had a dream and woke up halfway through the night and said, Mommy, I had a dream. And she said, What was your dream? The Ghostbuster guys were here and they cleansed our house. And she goes, Oh, really? He said, Yeah. And he grabbed his teddy bear and went and slept in his own bed the first night.
Cool. That is
Every night since then, okay, every single night since then, the kids have slept in their own rooms and none of them have had any nightmares.
that's awesome. That is
Right?
awesome.
Glory to the spirits.
Yeah.
Right? Like, now you're telling me that the spirits, the good animals, the elementals, God, Jesus don't protect the children? Bullshit. Okay? This stuff is real. And these children who were terrified in their own house live in a house where they love to be now. What more reward, what more awesome energy does anyone need to know that a child is no longer afraid to sleep in their own bed?
That's awesome.
Right? That's a blessing from God right there.
Yes, it is. But the funny thing is he says that, but in the next conversation, he says, well, I don't want the negativity. That's why he won't allow me to do spirit box now. I don't want the negativity from out there to come in here.
Yeah.
That's why you don't believe, so how do you know there's negative out there?
Well, that's called believing with denial.
Because I'm waiting for the day to happen when that spirit does come up and tap him on the shoulder. I'm waiting for that day and whisper in his ear and say something and scare the crap out of him. I'm waiting for that day. Not really scare him to death, but make him look, hey, what was that? You know, kind of thing.
Yeah. See,
I'm waiting for that day.
See, I understand that my beliefs are all over the place, and I understand that being a shaman and a druid and a pastor and a spirit walker, you know, they all have little bits of differences and everything else, you know.
Yeah.
But I have taken all of these things and made it my own. So it's my own little system, my own little belief thing, you know. And I got, for me, I'm not saying for anybody else to believe anything that I believe either. Okay, for me, God and Jesus, they're right at the center, and the Holy Spirit, they're right at the center. And then I got my elementals around there, and my animal spirits, and my good spirits, and my guides, and of course astral, Mabala. You know.
Yeah.
And all my belief system. It's like a circle. It starts in the center, and then it spreads out like a circle. And that's how my belief works. It's like a continual circle, keeps going.
Yeah.
You know. And it's worked for me for 50 years, so why would I change it? Hey, Cardiac, how you doing?
Hey, Cardiac. Yes, he will be here Saturday night, Cardiac. Yes. He will be on there. We're going to do this twice a week now. Wednesdays and Saturdays. And if Danny will let me know if he's not up to it.
Yeah, Wednesdays and Saturdays. There's going to be the Francis and Dan show.
Yeah. Paranormal talk.
So now Francis is going to do a 1-card reading for.
I got to go get the cards.
Yeah, the angel cards.
All right.
Gonna do a 1-card reading for. Let me think. Who am I gonna pick? Oh, boom, 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 boom.
Ah,
I'm thinking. I don't know who I'm picking yet. I'm
all
working.
right, I gotta shuffle them anyway. I gotta warm them up.
I'm
What's
gonna,
up, little man?
I'm gonna pick. Uh, Shadows of the Moon.
All right.
Shadows of the Moon. I'm picking you for a 1 card reading. You're the first.
Angel cards.
You're the first, and it's going to be the angel cards, and you're the first one. And I might pick another one in a little bit. We'll see. See, I just like to throw a wrench into everything whenever I
That's
get.
cool. I don't mind that.
I just like to do that. And let's see. I'm gonna see. One person can ask me any question about any of my paranormal stuff. No, whatever question they want, and that's gonna be Sue's. I'm gonna pick Sue. So Sue, you can ask me any question you want about the paranormal, and I'll answer you a question about the paranormal.
I'm waiting on the cards. I'm waiting on them. Oh, there we go. I'll take the top card. Shadows. Chakra clearing. Let me put myself on. Chakra clearing. And it is Archangel Metatron.
Ooh, the bookkeeper.
Call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. Now, this is what the saying's going to do. I already know about this reading. This is for shadows. This is for you, shadows. Metatron uses sacred geometry shapes to clear and align the chakra energies centers in our bodies. Mentally ask Metatron to open your chakras, and he'll gently send his Metatron cube, which is at the top of the card, through the body, through the crown chakra at the top of the head. The cube rotates downward, clearing psychic toxins from your body and chakras. When your chakras are clear, you'll feel more energized and have increased intuition. Working with Metatron. Metatron's aura is a violet and sea-foaming green stripes. The crystal aligned with Metatron is watermelon tourmaline.
There you go.
That was for shadows.
Okay, and the question that I got asked was a good one too.
Suze asked, what happened in your life to bring you into working with spirit? Were you a child or an adult?
True story. This is what happened. I was 5 years old. First, you got to understand that half my family are shamans, the other half are druids. Anyway, I was 5 years old, and we were living out in the bush. And I decided, in my great wisdom at 5 years old, that I was going swimming. So I went down to the lake, and I forgot to put on my boat coat. That's what we called it. We didn't call it life jacket. We called it a boat coat. I didn't put on my boat coat, and I went into the water. Well, I ended up going too far, and I drowned, or started.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know what happened. It got black. I thought I was swimming towards the surface, but as I swam, or as I flailed, or whatever, all I was doing was throwing dirt, you know. Anyway, next thing I know, I feel 2 tugs on my shirt. And I look up, and I see these 2 white wolves. And one had this side of my shirt on my shoulder, and the other one had this side, and they literally swam me onto the beach. My father looked down and seen me on the beach. He seen these wolves, right? So him, and I guess my uncles, ran down to the beach, and they were scared. They thought the wolves were attacking me, but they saved me from drowning. as they got down to the thing, they saw the two wolves. They ran down the sandy beach. There's a big sandy beach. It was maybe 14 feet wide, sandy beach, white sand. But it was wet because of the water, obviously. Anyway, these two wolves ran towards, because the beach was in a bay. So they started running towards the bay, and my father looked up and saw the wolves running, but then the footprints that were there just poof, they were gone, like instantly. And he looked up, and the wolves were about 10 yards away. They stopped, they sat down, they turned, they looked at my father, and my father said they turned into a mist and were gone. So they were ghosts. They weren't even real wolves. Well, anyway, from that point, of course, they called me White Wolf. My name became White Wolf, and they went to a council meeting, and they got in a big argument between the shamans and the druids, because the druids were saying, well, the animals and the elemental of water and the elemental of earth with the trees is what saved him. So the druid sides are going on about this, while the native side was saying, no, his totem, the wolves, came, and Mother Earth was there to hold him up and in all this stuff. Anyway, so the council decided that I had to be both a shaman and a druid. So at 5 years old, I started homeschooling, as you would call it. Half the day learning about being a shaman, and the other half the day was learning about being a druid. I started at 5 years old.
Man.
And that's how I started getting into it in the first place. On March 15th, 1969, was my very first case where they sent me out to do this blessing at a sacred burial ground, because the chief had called and asked, they needed someone to go there and find out why it was evil there, because in the 6 months that had passed, out of all the people that would go there and visit, 13 people committed suicide after leaving there. So I went there, and I noticed that the trees looked angry, the ground felt angry, the water, everything just seemed out of sorts, and the whole place just was restless, and I could feel this negative, restless energy. So then it dawned on me, I'm looking around, I don't see any clean spots, I don't see any food spots, I don't see any water spots. So I turned to the chief, and now you got to imagine the look on his face, because here's a 7-year-old kid turned around and said, "What's wrong with you people?" And he said, "Why?" I said, "Where's the food? Where's the food? Where's the water? Where's the tobacco?" And he said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Well, your belief system says to feed the spirits, to honor them with tobacco, to make sure they have water to drink so they're not angry, to be good to the land. Yes?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "When was the last time anyone did that?" And he says, "We haven't done that for about 10 years. I said, "Okay, here's what we're doing tomorrow. Tomorrow, everybody in this community is to show up for a potluck. Everybody's to bring food and drink, no alcohol. And this is defense of the cemetery. Nobody is to step across that line. Everybody is to bring food, and we'll have like a great big picnic going all along the fence, all the way around." He said, "Okay." I says, "I'll tell you more tomorrow." So then the next day, everybody showed up. There was 130 people, and everybody brought food. So I said, "Okay, everybody, take one portion from everybody's food that they brought. I want you to come to the gate, take one step in and say, 'Thank you, spirits. Thank you, elementals. Thank you, Mother Earth, for having us to sacred place,' and place it down and say, 'This is for you.'" So they did. And everybody took their turn, and everybody did it, and everybody put a water down, and everybody did all this, right? I says, "Now I'll do last." So I went last, and I said, "This is your feast. This is for you. We do this in respect and honor for you." We will join you in this feast, but on this side of the fence, to give you peace and to give you time to absorb all this energy. So then we all ate, and we were there for a couple of 3 hours. And at the end of that, I got up and I said prayer and I said thank you and everything else. And then everybody went in groups of about 10, said a prayer. And as they came out, you could see they looked happy. They felt light. Well, here's the thing. There's never been in 50 years another suicide from anybody who visited that spot. There was never again any negativity in that spot. And even today, once a week, they go and they place food for the spirits and for the elementals. And that place, everybody says, is the most peaceful place on the whole reserve.
Oh, I bet.
So that's how I got started.
Wow. That is awesome. And there's your answer, Suze. Welcome, Robert H. How are you doing, dear?
Oh, wait. Another one card reading for Tammy. Tammy gets a one card reading. See, I just love doing that to Burrow Francis. You don't see that coming.
All right. Well, good thing I was shuffling and a card fell out. Tammy?
There you go.
Prioritize. Archangel Metatron again. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated.
You're welcome, Suze.
This is for you, Tammy. What's your calling? What makes your heart sing? When you focus on these areas, your joyful energy increases, which benefits everyone. Take charge of your schedule and spend more time on projects and activities close to your heart. Make choices that honor your priorities and support your life's mission. Working with Metatron. Metatron is one of two archangels who walk the earth as mortal men. The other one was Sandalphon. Metatron was the prophet and scribe Enoch, who ascended after his exemplary, I can't pronounce that, earth life. He continues working as a scribe and record keeper in heaven. He helps people develop organizational skills and record keeping as well. When you call upon Metatron, he motivates you to organize your priorities. So Metatron's come up twice. Oh, Danny left. But that was for Tammy. Robert H. I met Robert H. in Cap 7. And you're in my prayers, Robert. Guys, please keep him in your prayers too. Because he has a lot of major health issues. So please keep him in your prayers. See? My spirits know what's going on. My guys and spirits know what's going on.
Well, I guess it's only fair if I let Francis choose who gets to ask me a question, huh?
All right. Let me see. Let me go through here.
Hey, Robert. How you doing, man? Good to see you.
I'll pick Short Fry.
Okay, Short Fry gets to ask me any questions she wants.
Short Fry, ask Danny any question you want. It's probably the cats. I have two cats behind me.
And I guess you can get ready for Country Girl Paranormal.
All right.
This is
So,
fun.
Brad, do you have a question for Danny, honey?
Oh, she'll come up with one. Don't you worry. The Country Girl Paranormal, you get a word reading coming up. Oh, look at that.
Misty, come here, Misty. All I have making noise on my end is a fan.
Yeah, it sounds like a fan, yeah.
That's the only thing I have making noise, except for one of my kitties meowing. Now, it could be my computer, because it does act funny in this room because I'm so far away from the motor.
No, it's the fan.
I can turn the fan down.
That's fine. Okay.
I can turn that off. It's nice and cool in here anyways. I have the window cracked. There you go. Maybe you can hear better now. Yeah, it was just my fan.
Okay, so her question is, how do you know who the spirit guides name and how many do you know you got? How do I know are you talking about my spirit guides or everyone's in general? How do I know my spirit guides is because I've worked with them for so long. And they tell me whether I want to hear it or not half the time. I hear them, I see them, I feel them. They work with me, they give me ideas, they help guide me with my decisions and stuff. Astro, who's my main guy, well, Astro and Mabala are my two main ones. They're both elementals. And I think that is why they're so strong. Why they picked me, I don't know. But I'm honored that they did. They're basically my friends. Astro's a fire elemental, so he changes forms all the time. It depends what he wants to be. He likes to be a dragon sometimes. Sometimes he likes to be a phoenix. Sometimes he likes to be a person. He's basically a fire energy. And Astro doesn't take no guff from nobody. And Mabella's a wood element and likes to take the form of a white lion, a huge white lion. Yeah, so that's and then I got guardians and I got other spirits and guides too, and animal totems and personally I got about 8 that are around me all the time. Oh, anyone's guides and how do you get them? Well, as you do work, everyone's got guides. And as you do work and as you do more stuff and you use your gifts, they tend to show themselves to you a little bit at a time. As they start trusting you and seeing that you're doing good, then they'll show more and more themselves, and then their name will just pop in your head, and you'll know who they are. You'll know what they are. They tell you in your head and in your spirit, and you feel them. But the more you use your gifts, and the more you use it for good, the stronger you end up building a friendship with each other. Because the more you learn about somebody, the more you like them. It works with them too. The more you learn about someone, the more you like them. And basically that's what happens. It just becomes it just happens naturally. Hi, Ray. So I hope that answers your question.
Okay. I got Country Girls. Country Girl, that's your card. Comfort. Archangel Azrael, I'm with you in your time of need, helping your heart heal. And anymore, when I do a card, my book goes right to that card. Even the strongest person experiences upsetting situations, and there's no shame in taking time to heal your heart. This is a good time for quiet reflection upon your true feelings. Write them down in a private journal, and then call upon me to comfort you and to bring comfort to your heart and mind. Sorry about that. I can help you sleep better at night and put your mind at ease. Working with Archangel Azrael. Azrael's aura is a beautiful shade of vanilla cream or pale yellow. He surrounds grieving and dying people with his loving light and brings them comfort. When Azrael is around, you may see eggshell-colored twinkling lights in the room. The crystal creamy yellow calcite is calibrated to Azrael's energy, so holding or wearing this crystal may lend additional comfort.
Nice. Okay, we're gonna do 2 more cards and 2 more questions, and that's it.
Yeah.
But we can talk about anything else in the meantime. So.
All right. I want to know. I know who my guides are, Danny. Are they elementals or Valkyrie and Rita?
No, they're not elementals. They were actually alive at one time.
They were.
Yeah, but they're blessed now by elementals. So.
Okay. They're awesome. I love them.
Okay, your next one's gonna be. What? Hang on, sorry. Astro's talking. I guess I'm not picking the next one. What? Oh, I see. Apparently, Robert H. has a decision to be made about how to proceed with some decisions he has to make regarding health issues. So it looks like Robert H. gets the next pick. So who's going to ask my next question?
Robert, you pick the person that asked the next question.
Oh, look at that's passing the buck. No, Robert gets the next 1 card reading from you.
Okay.
And you got to pick who gets to ask my question.
And I get to pick. Okay.
So for some reason, Astro has interest in Robert's wanting to get a card, apparently.
Okay. So. No problem, Robert. You're next on getting a card, honey.
And who gets to ask me the question while you're figuring that out?
Let's see. Let's go with Shadows. Shadows, you can ask Danny any question you want.
Oh, there we go. I don't even remember who you did cards for now.
I know who I did cards for.
Well, tell me, because I forget.
I did one for Country Girl, for Tammy, and for, I can't remember the first one. I know I did one for Tammy and Country Girl. But Robert, this card's for you as soon as
Shadow. Yeah, as soon as Shadow asks the question, then Robert's next.
This is for Robert H.
Yeah, Robert, I don't question Astro. If he says he wants to do something for somebody, I just let him do it.
I'm just waiting on the cards.
If you're passing the buck, Shadow, you got to pick someone to ask the question. You're allowed to do that. But now you got to pick who you want to ask the question.
Now you got to pick now.
Thank you, Cardiac Deer.
Hey, hello, Ray. I did see you come in, dear.
Yeah, hi, Ray. Hi, Anita. Big hugs.
Hi, Anita, honey. Come on, cards.
Oh, Short Fry already asked the question. You got to pick someone else.
Ah, cardiac. I'm at work. Big no-no. All right. All right. I got Robert's card.
Okay, go ahead. While Shadow figures out who's good at.
You know what to do. Archangel Uriel. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. You are far wiser than you realize, and your inner wisdom has already given you the answers you seek. Embrace this knowledge and trust it. If you're doubtful, ask me to give you clear signs to validate your thoughts and ideas. I can also help you put your ideas into action and make decisions about the next steps to take. Just ask me, and then be willing to work with me by taking action. Working with Archangel Uriel. Uriel helps to eliminate cloudy situations by lighting your path. He usually only lights one step at a time. However, so you may not be able to clearly discern the ultimate outcome of your actions, but you will know what steps to take next along the way with Uriel's help. Yes, these are Archangel cards. And you have archangels all around you, hon. All the time.
So, in other words, Robert, always move forward. Trust your instincts. Trust your guts. Believe in yourself. And take it one step at a time until you start to get where you want to go.
And yes, Robert, we're all pulling for you. I heard your story on Cap 7. You will be in my prayers.
Danny, do you have the ability to see geometric shapes and energies in the...
I don't know what that word is.
I can't see it because my eyes aren't focusing.
Aether.
Okay. Yeah, I can see auras, I can see colors, I can see spirits, I can see different energies. I think a lot of times it's they want me to see it, so I see it, you know. And I think some of the reasons I can see auras and energies is because when I was born, my retinas were reversed. So that's why I got dyslexia. But it does allow me to see things that other people don't see. And I think some of it, a lot of it is, of course, a gift. But yeah, I can see things that most people don't see. It's almost like I can see through the veil sometimes.
Danny, if you want to, it's up to you. You can let people in my chat know what's going on with your health, but that's up to you, Robert. That's up to you, Robert.
Oh, well, you know, I had a shitty couple of years. I'm getting better. Things are great. Moving on.
Oh, I was talking about Robert, sorry.
Oh, Robert. Oh, I thought you said brother. Sorry.
Robert.
And
we're one big family here, Robert. You never have to worry about anything in my chat. Never.
We're all here for each other.
Yes. My chat is like Cap 7's. You're hanging tough? Okay.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did Derry have a reading yet?
Who? Diary? No.
Okay, she's next.
No. Diary, this card's going to be for you, hon.
And who's going to ask my question?
Hmm. Hang on. Let's see if Tammy, do you have a question for Danny?
Oh, there we go. Jennifer, did she have a card? I don't remember.
Yeah, I'll give her a card. I'll give Diary one and I'll give her one. Robert has a question also.
Okay, so Robert can ask a question and Tammy can ask a question, and you're going to do Diary and Jennifer, and then we'll see what happens after that.
I'm waiting on the cards. Usually my cards for Diary are spot on for some reason.
So we're going to get Diary and Jennifer gets a card, and Robert and Tammy get to ask a question. So Tammy gets the first question.
Diary, overcoming difficulties. Archangel Jermel, the worst is now behind you and you are surmounting any previous challenges. Okay, where's yours? Usually the pages go right there. The challenges you faced have made you stronger and taught you new lessons. Instead of becoming bitter, you opened your heart with compassion towards people in similar situations. Hang on. This is your card, Diary. Archangel Jermel. You let go of any blame or feeling of victimhood. This is why you're now overcoming your previous challenges. Your positive outlook is attracting a loving solution and new situations at a higher level of spiritual understanding. Stay positive. Working with Archangel Jermel. Jermel's name means mercy of God, and when you call upon him, Jermel delivers mercy to you and everyone involved. Jermel guides you and others to act in loving ways. He also helps you adopt a merciful outlook, which enables you to consistently treat yourself with respect and tender loving care. Robert, go ahead with your question, honey.
Yeah, he's already asked, and I got the answer for you. Robert wants to know why spirits are attracted to him.
Spirit boxes.
Yeah, spirits and everything else. Well, I'll tell you why. Spirits are kind of finicky sometimes who they'll hang out with. Now, a person who's gone through a lot of trials and tribulations and who walked on both sides of the good and the bad, they usually attract a lot of spirits. And when they finally decide, okay, I got a new path I want to follow, I hit rock bottom here somewhere along their lifespan, that's when spirits really start paying attention to you, because they know that you're going to be balanced and that you're not going to be judgmental and that you're going to try to be fair and you'll be able to see things from different points of view. So spirits will often be attracted to people like that because of their inner kindness and their inner balance. And even when that person is in a nasty, foul state of mind within, if someone comes from the outside with trouble, they'll drop all their shit and stow their crap and help that other person. So basically, what you told me by asking that question is that's who you are. So the reason that they attracted to you is because they know they're going to get a fair judgment and they're not going to be disrespected in any way, and that you're going to listen to what they say, but you're not going to put up with crap either. So that's why, in my opinion, that they would be attracted to you.
There you go, Robert. And Jennifer, I have your card too.
And just to add to this too, I know that what I said is right because Astral's standing here going, and Astral, for some reason, was interested to make sure you got your card. I never doubt Astral, and he agrees with what I've said. So, like it or lump it, buddy, that's why.
There you go.
Okay, Danny, what does it mean when you stand at your window and you can see a bunch of spirits trying to get in? Well, in my case, I'm not sure about your case. In my case, when that happens here, it's because this is holy ground and it's a safe haven. So a lot of times spirits will look for a place where they feel that they're safe. So if you're, I'm going to have to guess that your house or your yard has warding spells on it and has protected corners. That would attract good spirits if they're like, because of all the different ley lines and the different timelines, sometimes they'll go through and there's like a gang, like same if you're walking down the street and there's a gang right there, you kind of turn right to get away from them. I think a lot of time if you're looking out the window, they're assuming that you can see them. And if you have warding spells on your property, that's why they would run to that property, because they know it's warding spells. They know that they're good spirits, so they can get into the property, where negative spirits have to stay out. They're allowed to get within the property. So they might be hanging out in your yard because it's a safe zone. So I'm guessing that your yard has warding spells and your property is warded. Would I be correct in that? If that's what the case is, then that's why they do it.
Diary says she got an image of The Walking Dead. Jennifer, I have your card, dear.
Yeah, well, I just want to see first if she has if she has a warding spell in her property. If not, there's only one other answer.
Danny's talking to you, dear. Sometimes it takes a minute for her to answer.
Yeah.
Good night, Shadows. Thank you for being here. Mwah.
Good night, Shadows.
Because every time I look out my front window, I see a lot of spirits touching my window, wanting in.
Oh, well, okay. So the only answers is you either have a warding spell in your yard so that they feel safe there, or because you're a medium and they know that you know that they can see you and they want to come in that way. But see, the fact that they don't come in, they only get as far as the window, you must have protection around your house or protection around your yard. So I'm guessing that's...
She even sees her father, mother, and children.
Well, do you have protection in your yard? Is your yard warded or holy ground, or... Because it's one or the other. But for some reason, they're not coming in.
I don't know if it does or not.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure you got something guarding your house. Otherwise, they'd just come in. They wouldn't be at the window. So something's stopping them from coming in the house. But I think something's stopping the bad ones too, right? So I think there's a cross line there where good spirits can hang out and the bad ones can't get to them. But they can't get into your house either. So there's got to be some kind of warding in your house. And the reason you see them is obviously you're a medium. So Otherwise, you wouldn't see it. And the fact that they know that you can hear them and see them, they're going to flock to you.
Will asks, what are black hooded figures?
Oh, that depends. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. I don't really put much stock in whether they wear a black hood or not, because for a simple reason, yeah, some dark entities will have a hood and they'll be black, but so will druids, so will monks, so will priests, so will, you know, people on ships, people that ride horseback. So I don't really put much worry into whether or not they have a hood or a cape.
It says I have some inside her house too.
Yeah, someone else could have warded. There's definitely warding on the house because they stop at the window. So the good news is they can't get in.
She has 2 females and a little boy and a little girl in her house.
Okay, but you're allowing them in, right? So yeah, that's what I would have to say. I would have to say it's because you're a medium, that's why you're seeing them. But there's also some kind of warding around your house for either you put it or someone else put it there at some time, and it's still there. That's why you're not being swarmed, which is a good thing. So my word to you would be let her ride. If you want, you can say to them, you can go outside and talk to them, which would be the way I would do it, so that they don't come in. The ones that are in that you allow in, that's fine. But I would go outside and get the feel of what they want and use your own gifts to figure out which ones you want to talk to, which ones you don't, and kick the rest off the property.
Yeah. And I have a question. What is the big thing with the man with the black hat? Some people say he's good, some people say he's negative.
Well, there is a lot of negative top hatters. Mainly because people associate, and it's not always true, but people do associate black hat brim guy as Slender Man or whatever they call it, which I have no stock in. Some people consider them shadow people, which some of them are. A lot of people with the black rim hats were slave owners from the old days, and mostly you'll hear about it down in the States, the black. You don't hear it much in Canada. But down in the States, and especially the lower half, you'll hear a lot of time people talk about the man with the black hat. That would be the slave owner. The slave owners all had the top hats, and so they were kind of nasty people.
Because a dear friend on here, it's been a while, but she has seen a man in a black hat in my home.
In your home?
He came and gone. He came and went, but she's seen him.
In your place?
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be anything I'd worry about.
A while back. And then somebody else has said that she's wrong because black hats, the guy with the black hat is bad. It's like
no. There's many spirits that have black hats. But because of the TV and the shows, the more famous shows that are put on, every time there's a entity with a black hat, they're all saying it's this one guy, when in actuality it's someone totally different. You know?
Okay.
A lot of times, ones that wear black hats were slave owners, or they were businessmen, like Hudson Trade Company. All Hudson Trade Company guys, even up here, wore black rim hats to show that they were in the trade business. You know? And a lot of them still wear it today, so I think you got to be really careful when you're judging whether someone is good or bad because of their black, they got a black coat, or they got a black hat, or they wear a cape, or they got a hood, or whatever. I don't put much stock in that. I put on what are their actions, what are the fruits of their late, like what are they doing? If they're just standing there.
The one that my one friend on here seen, he said he was friendly. He said he wasn't here. He was curious. He was curious. He wasn't here to do anything. He was curious. Tammy says, I feel the ones outside are wanting help. Not sure with what yet, except one to help find out who killed him.
Yeah, you gotta. I would love to help you more with that, Tammy, but I don't know exactly where you're at in your spiritual gifts. I know what you are. I know what you can do, kind of. But you got to approach it where you feel comfortable, where you feel safe. Help those ones that you feel that you can. And, you know, work up to whatever you want to do. It's up to you what you want to do with that, you know. Um, but feel free to help the ones that you think you can help,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know. Uh,
Always.
because your guys will help you and protect you and stuff, and you'll figure it out as you go.
And Will says because he asked, he seen as a child he seen one floating across the cemetery about the black hooded people.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. Like I say, Will, that could have been. It wouldn't have been the Grim Reaper or anybody like that. It would have been a monk or a priest, or it could have been a gravedigger uh, who passed on and who's still going about doing his job, uh, wearing his rain gear. You know, like it could have been. It's really hard to say what it was, but uh, I wouldn't assume that it was bad or good at this point. I would,
Yeah.
I'd be leery of it, but I wouldn't be. I wouldn't assume it was good or bad till I got to see what it was doing and what its actions were.
Yeah. All right, Robert, you have a good night.
All right, Robert.
Have a good night. This is Jennifer's card.
Okay.
Jennifer, if you're still here,
Yeah, she's here.
let me present me. Prosperity, Jennifer. Archangel Ariel. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. This is your card, Jennifer. Prosperity. Okay. I'm pouring a cornucopia of prosperity upon you and your life, and ask that you open your arms to receive. Some of the treasures will come in the form of brilliant ideas. Some will come as opportunities. We'll work together to realize your highest dreams. And I ask that you give any worries to me. God and I love you very much and are happy to help you in this way. We know that you'll pass along the goodness to others as well. Working with Archangel Ariel. Ariel is involved with divine magic, which means instant manifestation of the highest will. And Ariel helps you attract any support you need for your life's mission. Know that it's normal and in the light for miracles to occur in this arena. Ariel's aura is a pale shade of pink, and if you wear or hold a rose quartz, your heart will open further to Ariel's magnificent love. Ask her for whatever you need, and she'll guide you accordingly.
Nice. Anita, Astro and I kind of chit chat about it. And the guidance that we both say to you is trust in yourself. That's the hardest thing to do. Trust in your gut. Listen to the guide in your head that tells you things. To practice, a good way to practice is if you're out and about and you're sitting down having coffee or lunch, just kind of look around the room. Don't stare at anybody, but look around the room and let the spirits tell you what they're feeling or what they're doing or that kind of thing. Like don't invade the privacy or anything, but you could practice reaching out that way. You can practice picking a spot where you feel comfortable and relax and just sit there and see if you can see anything moving, any spiritual movement. It's all about being patient, practicing, and trusting in yourself. That's the main thing. And
Ray says, what does it mean when you know you see some in the hospital and know they are going to pass?
Normally that means that your spirits reached out to them, and there's just a spiritual connection for whatever reason. Maybe you're both on the same level of belief. Maybe you're both there's something in common. Your spirit and the spirit of that person. There's an instant connection between the two. So it's like your spirit is saying to them, "Yeah, I understand, but you're going to be okay." It's just a comforting thing back and forth.
Okay.
And your spirit knows. It's just a knowing by looking. Like maybe for you, it's like you see their aura is getting lighter. The light of that person is getting dimmer, or yeah, there are lots of people can tell that just by looking at someone that, oh, this person is not long for this world, you know.
Yeah.
But it's because your spirit is comforting their spirit.
You're welcome, Jennifer. You're welcome, honey. Welcome back, Jan.
Yeah, Anita, you got lots of ability, a lot of raw talent there, and the thing is, the stuff you feel 9 times out of 100 turn out right. You know, it's just a matter of using your ability and not being afraid of it. Like, and that's what Astro says, is that Astro says that you're a little bit afraid of it at times because it make you feel like out of place with it. But he says just get comfortable with it, relax, and you know, be friends with it and accept it, and you'll be fine.
Like I'm me with mine. I'm learning mine, and it's just like I want to learn more. I want to learn more. You know?
Yeah, it's like you're doing the right thing. Just trusting your gut and listening to the messages. And that's exactly all you got to do. Do I know what your guides' name are? I've seen your guides actually when you were doing a cinema the other day. One is Gray Owl. What was the other one? No, I can't remember. Gray Owl and...
There she is. There she is, Tara. There's my other twin.
Hey, Mary. Welcome back.
Hi,
hey,
Mary. How are you, Tara? How are you?
I can tell you that Gray Owl was a medicine man that was connected somehow. He's connected to the Sitting Bull, but I'm not exactly sure how. I think it was the night of the councils when all the chiefs got together, but I'm not 100% sure. So that's who Gray Owl is. And the other one is Silver something, I can't remember. But he was a warrior. Ask when you get to a place where you're meditating or whatever, ask for Gray Owl and Silver. Wish I could remember. Anyway, ask Silver what his name is.
Hello, Tara. How are you feeling, dear? Cardiac and everybody was wondering what happened to you. Cardiac messaged me. Have you heard from Tara? No, I haven't heard from her. No, you can't be over here, little one. But we can do one more question. Would you happen to know the names of my guides? Now everybody wants to know their guides.
No, that's kind of something that Astro does. He goes and checks out if he feels like it. With Grammys, I saw hers one in the reflection of her car, and then the other one I saw by, she did a cinema with the old, there was an old shed that was all beat up, and that one was standing in the doorway. I saw one in the car and one in the doorway. That's how come I know who hers were. But
She did a cinema a while back. Native Grammy did. She was videotaping her truck, and there's a face in the middle of her windshield. There is a spirit face in the middle of her windshield. She thinks it's a little boy, a native boy. But it's been a little while. It's been last month. But she did a cinema, and you could see it. I mean, the camera kept going in and out, but you could see it.
yeah, Astro's seen most of the people in here as guides. He's talked to a lot of them, but
he trained mine.
He doesn't always tell me which ones he talks to or whatever, and a lot of times the spirit guides don't want me or Astro to tell you their names. They want you to figure it out. But I'm going to teach you how. That's the least I could do. Yeah. I'll do that after this reading. And I'll do that for my last question is, how do I find who my spirit guides are? I'll show you. I'll do that right now, and then we'll do one reading. Or do you have a reading, someone you're doing?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, you could do, okay, I'm going to pick Sibby. Sybil is the one.
Okay.
Okay, so how to find spirit guides. This works for your spirit guides, for your animals. I want to use something that you can see easy enough. Let me see. One. Okay.
Are you moving, Tara? Are you moving, honey?
Okay. Now this works for your guides. This works for your spirit animals. Because you want to take 3 items. Okay. Now it can be pennies, quarters, dollars, feathers. Doesn't really matter what the 3 are. But what you need them for is, this is for your mind, this is for your body, and this is for your spirit, right? So you got your mind, put one there, put your body here, you put your spirit there. So you've got mind, body, and spirit. Okay. This is hard. This is something that you might have to do 3 or 4 days in a row. You might have to keep doing it over and over again. But this is to focus your energy. It focuses your spirit. It focuses your mind. Okay. So you picture these 3 things and you have them. The center is where you want to be. So you want to look for the center. So you say your prayers to whoever you want. In my case, let's say I wanted to find out who my totem is, my animal guide. All right. And you can use these words. They're welcome. You're welcome to use these words because they're what they're called baseline or international or whatever you want to call it. So I would say, spirits of my ancestors, I am far from my bones of my people. I need to know who my animal spirit is. Will you guide me in this? That's all, right? You can say it any way you want, but that's how I say it. Then I fold my hands together and I close my eyes lightly and focus animal spirit, animal totem, animal spirit, animal totem. And just keep your eyes lightly. And the first animal that you see, and it's weird, you're going to see it, you'll have black, kind of a black, but there'll be sort of like a little red shaded animal. and you just focus on that. And you might have to do it 3 or 4 times. You might have to do it lots, but you will see your animal spirit. It could be anything from a polar bear to a raven to a squirrel to a chipmunk to a spider. It might be anything.
Yeah. I know what my main one is.
Okay. So what you do, and that's how you do it. You say, I want to know who my animal spirit is. And you're going to have 2 animal guides. Okay. You got one that's a teacher, and you got one that's a helper. Okay. And there's many words for it. There's totem, second totem, whatever. But it's basically one's a teacher, one's a helper. So one gives you knowledge, one will give you strength. So you're always going to have two animals. So you put up your 3, mind, body, and spirit, and you keep doing this until you find your animal. And say you do this and you say, oh, it's a wolf. Okay, thank you. Thank you, brother wolf. Right? So I've learned that my animal totem is a wolf. One of them is a wolf, right? Now, at this point, you've got a decision to make. You can keep working with that animal, or you can work to find out what your second animal spirit is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that might be a crow if you did it that way. Or stay on the wolf. And then for the next few days, figure out what clan is it? Is it a timber? Is it a white wolf? Is it a timber wolf? Is it a gray wolf? Is it whatever, right? That answer will appear to you. Guaranteed it'll appear, but you just got to you got to be light-minded. You got to keep your eyes closed. Don't squeeze your eyes. Keep them lightly closed and watch for the answer. And the weird thing is sometimes it'll say, you'll have your eyes closed and you'll see the word timber go across. It'll be like someone wrote the word timber in your eyelids, right? Or it might say gray wolf, or you might visually just know what type of wolf it is. Then you can either name it, you can either name the wolf, or you can ask the wolf its name.
Yeah.
And then you got to study it, and that's a whole different thing after, okay?
That's what I got to find out, what my crow's name is.
And that's how you find out what your animal spirits are. It's also how you find out who your guides are. You can do the same thing and say, what is my guide's name? And then as you're sitting there, you will see the name, you'll feel the name, you'll hear the name, and it'll be right. Guaranteed it'll be right. Then you can ask, what's your heritage? So are you a healer? Or are you can ask any questions you want. But you have to have faith, and you have to believe in yourself, and you have to listen to yourself. That's the only way that you can find out who your animal spirits, unless someone is given permission to tell you. It's the only way you can find out who your totems are. This is the only way to find the answers that you're seeking. Okay, if someone tells you, if I say to you, oh, well, your animal spirit is a shark and a camel, whatever, that's not going to mean shit to you unless you study it, right? It's not going to mean nothing to you unless you study it. It'll mean more to you if you do it this way, because now they know that you're interested. They know that you're searching, and that's all most of them want to be found. They want you to put the effort in. So this is how you do it, okay? For everything, you just say, you ask your ancestors for help, okay? Ancestors, I am far from the sacred bones, or ancestor, I'm far from my home, or ancestor, I'm at home and I cannot find, my spirit that I'm looking for. Help me find my animal spirits. Help me find my guides. And by putting mind, body, and spirit, and using 3 items, see, now that I use these, okay, these will be the 3 items I always use. So you can use crystals, you can use feathers, you can use anything you want. But when you make that connection, when you use it the first time, say you use 3 different crystals, which is perfectly fine, then that's all those crystals are for, is to communicate with your spirit world. So you use those 3 crystals anytime you want to get in touch with your animal spirits or your grandparents or anything. You always use those crystals or those feathers or whatever you're using, those become your communication platform for your spirit to reach out to their spirit.
Yeah.
Always keep the same three, the same exact ones.
Yes, Tara. I understand, honey. You got to do what you got to do for you, hon. And you know you're always in my prayers, sis, twin. You're always in my prayers. Sybil, that is your card, Sybil. Teaching and learning. Archangel Zadkiel. This is for Sybil, my sis. Keep an open mind and learn new ideas. Then teach these ideas to others. You are a spiritual teacher and an avid learner. Learning and teaching are linked, a perfect cycle in which information comes to you when you need it. Teach others about the topics that awaken your passions. The more you teach, the more your lessons are reinforced within you. Be open to sharing new ideas and learning about topics that aren't in your immediate sphere of interest. Your students will teach you in many ways too. Trust in your teachings and learning abilities, as your mind is one with the divine mind of God. You are an intelligent and wise being. Know that it's safe in this lifetime for you to be outspoken in your teachings. Working with Archangel Zadkiel. Zadkiel is the ultimate spiritual professor. He's patient, kind, and has access to all knowledge. He's widely known for his ability to help human memory function. If you need to remember or memorize any information, ask Zadkiel to assist. Anything you need to know, Zadkiel is glad to teach you. Just ask him a question in order to elicit his help. Sometimes Zadkiel uses Socratic method of teaching, which means that he'll lead you so you can learn for yourself. Being observant of patterns in everything you see, hear, and think is the best way to benefit from Zadkiel's teachings. That was for Sybil. That is going to be the last card for the night. And then we'll do this again on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's the last card for tonight. And in case anybody was curious, my animal spirits are the white wolf and a mountain lion. Oh, thank you very much.
I'm sorry to hear that, Tara, but at least you won't be on the streets, sis. It'll work out though, Tara. It'll work out. You're very welcome, Sybil. You're very welcome, honey. Thank you, Danny, for being here, hon.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Like tomorrow night, I'm going to try and do that fundraiser for Colleen for her water heater. So if you guys would like to be here for that, you're all more than welcome. So we will do this again on Saturday night. Saturday night's going to be about our gifts. They're going to be mostly about our gifts. You won't, like he said, write down what you see, feel, and whatever you want, you think your spirit, your gift is. That write down anything you see, feel, or hear with your gifts, or the gifts you think you have, and ask Danny the questions on Thursday. And I appreciate everybody that's been here tonight. This has been an awesome stream. I have so enjoyed it.
Me too. It was a lot of fun, sis.
Oh, yes, it was. Yes, it was. We had a lot of fun, especially with you popping this reading cards on me.
Well, I like to just throw things out.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Next time I'll be ready. I'll have a deck of cards sitting around.
But yeah, on my I'm gonna be doing I got two so you wanna be a paranormal investigator coming up. One's gonna be about the bags that we did tonight, and the next one's gonna be about finding your spirit guide and stuff. Uh and on Danny's Corner, I'm doing a song tomorrow, one or two new songs I'm putting on Danny's Corner.
Okay.
And I might do a live tomorrow myself if I feel up to it. Either on Chasing Bones or Danny. I don't know which one.
Okay. I will be home up until 3 o'clock, and then I will be back home about 6.
Yeah, it'd probably be 7 Eastern time.
Okay.
I might do a paranormal.
Wolfie, hello, Wolfie.
Hey,
Much love, Chris.
I might do a paranormal panel tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. When I come back and get settled in, if you're on, I'll come in.
Okay.
But thank you, everybody. Wolfie, I'm getting ready to say goodnight because it's already 3:30 in the morning here.
Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me.
All right, I love you. I will talk to you. Message me, please.
Yeah.
I love everybody. Have an awesome night. Be blessed. Be safe. Sleep well, everybody.
Remember, take care of yourselves, take care of your family, watch your six, and have a great day.
Have a good night, everybody.